picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue, a little closer, and a little bit from the side here. Now, this headdress is actually the Atef crown. If you go on Webster's online dictionary, that's what it says. Atef is the specific feathered white crown of the Egyptian deity Osiris. It combines the head jet, the crown of Upper Egypt, with red ostrich feather for the Osiris cult. The Atef crown identifies Osiris in ancient Egyptian painting. If you go to Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster, it says Atef, hold on, a tall crown with a long feather on each side, shown in the art of ancient Upper Egypt as worn by Osiris. Okay, here you can see Osar or Osiris with the Atef crown. This is from the papyrus of Nebket. It's actually in the Louvre Museum, and you can see me filming that papyrus on the video entitled Reality Check. Why black people ain't going nowhere. But you might as well put Afro Style Reality Check, it's gonna come up. And in here, it's also from the Louvre Museum. You have Osiris in the middle with the Atef crown, and the description for it. If you go on the website of the Louvre Museum and you type Royal and Divine Triad, you can do a search and you will see they mention that he is actually wearing the Atef crown. Now, finally, you can compare the crowns. Okay, first you have the god of the Arabs Negroes, which first is El, but somehow, some way becomes Allah. But that's up to y'all. That's up to the doctor. And then you have the one that I showed you, Osiris. Then again, from the front, compared with another statue of Osiris, and then finally the same statue from another angle.
Biblical king's seal discovered in dump site. This is the royal seal of the king Hezekiah, and here we have an ankh. And finally, last but not least, you need to see it to believe it. The God of the Bible, El, slept in his own dung and urine. This is Ugaritic narrative poetry, page 195. And we also have this book here, the Masria in the prophetic literature, where it clearly says that El floundered in his own feces and urine.
Hotep Senu Hena Senut Itiren Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this video is Molesting Children is How You Earn the Respect of Garfield's Dagger Squad, RIP. I added the RIP, it's not in the title. Let me first check the sound as usual. Good. We already have 8 likes, 21 people watching. Stephen Pascal, Stefan Pascal wrote, Peace, Shaka, back for the show, peace to you. Wab Funk, peace, family. And Imhotep 360 degrees, Hotep Bro Shaka. Hotep sent E. Wab Funk, please feel free to elaborate on Garfield not having a bachelor's degree in history. You wrote that you know him from back in the day. Any receipts are welcome. Any testimonials are welcome. But the Ehrman wrote that Paul is a witness to Jesus Christ, even though Paul never met Jesus Christ. So to us, you can be a witness to the life, trials, and tribulation of Garbagefield the Great Scammer. Take advantage with the chat, because when I will share the link to get on the panel, The chat will become members only. So take advantage right now. Where should I start? There's a good sister who just had a class with me. She might hop in. And she shared the link from the British Museum. And you got to hear it, brothers and sisters. You've got to hear it. I'm about to share the link and the title as usual. For all this work that I'm doing, always showing and proving, I deserve some support. Curator's Introduction, Hieroglyphs, Unlocking Ancient Egypt. Now, that's a sister who lives in England. Before I play the excerpt of this video, I want you to know who you will listen to. I want you to know who will speak. For those who only rely on Wikipedia, you have a link where there are several articles about her. Now, Wabfunk wrote, Lol, I got too much on that dude. He's good enough at shooting himself in his own foot. Well, sometimes it's never too much. I mean, really, just holler at us. Let's save the community. Let's save the sisters from the sexy webcam as a means of getting income. Let's preserve the community from the pseudo ways of people who get the who of people who respect child molesters. Now, actually, I almost forgot. Let's hear Garfield talk about these individuals. But have you heard Garfield criticizing the child molesters? You've heard Garfield criticizing Kemetic people. You've heard Garfield criticizing people who follow Mad, who follow Kemet. You heard him and his zombie crew, and I say zombie only because they passed away on December 21st. I'm sorry, December 31st, 2022. But they are holding on to life, so they are zombie-like. You heard them go nature laughing like some little girls. You heard that. You heard them using the term Egyptomaniacs. So they're going to disrespect people for not being Abrahamic, but the people who touch on babies get their respect.
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
You know, the title that I wanted to have for this video is to add, what about the conscious community? Question mark. But it won't let me. It's too long. So we're going to ask ourselves this question all through this live stream and onwards from now on. Have you heard Garfield criticizing those people that he talked about who have touched on babies, sexually abused, sexually molested children? Have you heard any of Dagger Squad's member criticizing those guys who have allegedly touched on babies? One of them being convicted twice. Red hair moderator who was there earlier, who thanked me for the uh, exposure. When I asked her, would you criticize those guys touching on babies? Some of you were there. She said yes. Did she criticize? No, she didn't. Why you don't criticize them? What could it be? What could be the reason? Did some of them do the same? That's the question. They're so quick to criticize Kemetic people. In a heartbeat. They wake up in the morning, they start dissing Kemetic people. Chief X wrote, ask Garfield why he don't represent his wife and the black family. Well, people don't have to show their family members, you know. So, just so you can see who you will hear. That's her name here. It's Ilona Rigolsky. It's actually Ilona. She's mentioned in that article. That article about Nama. Nama, yes. That article here. That article here. That article here. That one. That one. That one. That one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 articles on Wikipedia. I'm not on Wikipedia, but whoever claims that the Medu Nature has not been deciphered is not on Wikipedia either. Not throwing in chat, I'm saying. But being on Wikipedia doesn't mean that the person have credentials. So here, Leuven University. Let me share the link in the chat. This is scholarship right here. You have the link in the chat there. Scholarship. Some of you will be listening to the Walker Squad. Don't even know what scholarship is. You see here it says doctoral references. And you have her name here. Dr. Randus, PhD student. When? 2007. She earned a PhD in 2007. Is it sharing? Yes, it is. And finally, the British Museum itself. The British Museum itself. I'm going to share the link in the chat. You won't have to look for it. There it goes in the chat. Now, what does it say here? Curator Ilona Rygoski. So she works at the British Museum as a curator. You see? Ilona Rygoski, curator of Egyptian written culture. And that was published in 2022. It's very recent. October 2022. So now let's move to the video and hear something very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. I've shared the link to the video already. So let's have a look together. We have 45 people online. It's a shame that when I talk about the Medu Nature, we don't have that many people. And I'm wondering, do we have more people from the conscious community who are afraid that some revelations might be made? Or do we have people who are against pedophiles and who will at least express it in the chat? We'll find out. So here's the video. You see the title there. Curator's Introduction, Hieroglyphs Unlocking Ancient Egypt. British Museum Events, 37,000 subscribers. The video was uploaded October 20, 2022. It's very recent. It's up to date. That's up to date. That's 3 months old. Nobody will use the, oh yeah, but it's not up to date. You know, it has been updated ever since. 8,000 views. And whenever I talk about the meta nature and those who feel like it hasn't been deciphered, I hope nobody will take it personal. Because I've been talking about this from the days of Blog Talk Radio back in like 2010. I think some of my videos have this audio of these conversations. So I'm going to go to, yeah, you can see her. Now you do have the subtitle, which is not from YouTube because YouTube has a have a subtitle option. It is actually from the British Museum's whoever was in charge of the. But don't rely on it because it takes time. You know, it's But anyway, it looks like somebody did it in real time. You know, with the device or whatever it is. So I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to play.
Administrative details were it relied on a segment. Hieroglyphs have always intrigued people as this witness of an ancient civilization. Every aspect of Egyptian culture, its religious practice, monumental buildings, administrative details were it relied on a system of writing that developed around 3250 BC. That is a very long time ago. But their picture-like nature revealed, or sorry, hid the fact that they represented a complex spoken language. This spoken language lived on until the 15th century, 16th century, and actually in a way still until present day, because it's still used in the Coptic Church. And this makes it one of history's longest surviving spoken languages.
Brothers and sisters, do you realize what you've just heard from a PhD that works at the British Museum? Now, if some of you don't know what the British Museum is, and feel free to go online and or Wikipedia and find out. You will see it's one of the most famous museums in the world. Probably one of the largest museum in the world as well, but definitely one of the most famous one. Now, as she continues, you see this? See this artifact? Now, to me, it looks like a reproduction. It doesn't look like an original. But that's a British Museum. And this individual here, this pharaoh, oh, let me pause it. Does it look like he's from Sweden or from Denmark? It might be small, like here, right here. There. Does it look like he's from Sweden or Denmark or Spain or Italy? But anyway, you've heard what she said. I've actually typed, I've shared that part in my YouTube timeline and even on Twitter. But on Twitter, I had to make it shorter because you know you're limited. Now let's see if it all fits. It will not all fit. I don't think it will all fit. Yeah. So it's in two parts. That's the top part. Dr. Ilonga Brigorski, PhD and curator at the British Museum, speaking on the hieroglyphs, she said that it is a system of writing that developed around 3250 BC, 3250 BC, 3200 BC. That's 5,000 years ago. That's 5,250 years ago. That's way back. That's back in the day. And she even added, she stressed that that is a very long time ago. But the picture like nature hid the fact that they represented a complex spoken language. This spoken language lived on until the 15th, 16th century, and actually, in a way, still until present day because it's still used in the Coptic Church. And this makes it one of history's longest surviving spoken languages. I know some of you brothers and sisters, when a black person say, you don't believe it. You won't admit it, but I know. And this makes it one of history's longest surviving spoken languages. But Pookie on the corner said, I don't understand it. It hasn't been deciphered. And people like Pookie, so they repeat what Pookie say. And one repeats it, urban legend, blah, blah, blah. He did the work. He came up with these arguments. And all the PhDs in the world, they are dead wrong. All the Egyptologists in the world, they are dead wrong. All the linguists in the world, they are dead wrong because Pookie said so. That's bars already. Bars makes this. Now, first she said complex spoken language. And this makes it one of history's longest surviving spoken languages. But we have some people say, oh, no, we can't speak Imagination. We have Old English, do we? Who speaks Old English? You ever went to the street and heard, you go to the corner store and the cashier says, thou hast forgotten, thou hast dropped thy monies. You don't hear that. Is somebody going to say, well, we don't know English, we don't speak it. You know. Now, that's not the topic, but I felt like sharing this with you. Going to close some tabs, have too many tabs open. Oh, another thing. He is listed on Britannica, but they don't dwell on the hieroglyphs. And you know, Britannica, you need to pay membership to have the full thing. I have Britannica 2012, but I don't want to open the software. I have too many things open. So here, Ibn Washiya. Let's have a look. So that's Ibn Washiya, as you can see. Now he died in 930. That's over 800 years before the Rosetta Stone. And here, entry 321, the book of the desire, the book of the desire of the maddened lover for the knowledge of secret scripts. Let me read it. One of the works attributed to Ibn Washiya is the Kitab Shawk al-Mustaham fi Ma'afirat Rumuz al-Aqlam, the book of the desire of the maddened lover for the knowledge of sacred scripts, a work dealing, among other things, with Egyptian hieroglyphs. Its author refers to these extensive travels in Egypt, but Ibn Wahshiyya himself seemed never to have visited Egypt, a country which he barely even mentions in his authentic works. For this and other reasons, scholars believe the work to be spurious. According to Jaako Hamin Antila, who is a Finnish academic researcher serving as a professor of the Arabic language and Islamic studies at the University of Edinburgh. Before that, he was a professor at the University of Helsinki, but you can click the link and read his full quote unquote bio. So, according to Jacques Lo Hamim Antila, it may have been authored by Hassan ibn Faraj, an obscure descendant of the Haranian Sabian scholar. Oh, hold on, hold on, that's not the part I wanted to share. My bad. Okay, it's later influence. My bad. So it is number 4, later influence. As a matter of fact, I'm sharing the direct link to later influence. Hey, here is the Senate who gave me the link to the British Museum's video. I played it. I don't know if you had a chance to see that earlier, Senate, but in the replay, feel free. It was so great, a great link that you shared with me. Dua. So pseudo Ibn Washi. Now they put pseudo because it's about a work being falsely attributed. It's not pseudo as we use it, like it doesn't make sense or it's not reliable. And you have here, I think it shows on the screen when I do that. Pseudo epigrapha are falsely attributed works, texts whose claimed author is not the true author, or a work whose real author attributed it to a figure of the past. So Ibn Washiya's Kitab Shauk al-Mustaham fi Ma'arifat Rumuz al-Kalam, the book of the the book of the desire of the maddened lover for the knowledge of secret scripts, perhaps 1022 to 1023 CE, see above, has been claimed by Egyptologist Okasha El Dali to have correctly identified the phonetic value of a number of Egyptian hieroglyphs. However, other scholars have been highly skeptical about El Dali's claim on the accuracy of these identifications, which betray a keen interest in, as well as some basic knowledge of the nature of Egyptian hieroglyphs, but are in fact for the most part incorrect. The book may have been known to the German Jesuit scholar and polymath Athanasius Kircher and was translated into English by Joseph von Hammer Pogstall in 1806 as Ancient Alphabets and Hieroglyphic Characters Explained. Ancient alphabets, isn't that funny, brothers and sisters? Sometimes life is so ironic because I didn't look for that. The good sister Shanji Kem sent it to me. Kem means black. Kem is the root of the word kemet. And the word alchemy comes from Kem. And the word chemistry comes from alchemy or alchemia. Instead of doing metaphysics, we might just connect the dots. But to each his own. Feel free to drink your alkaline water. So, Is this your sharing? Yes. So ancient alphabets and hieroglyphic characters explained with an account of the Egyptian priests, their classes, initiation, and sacrifices in the Arabic language by ah- Ahmad bin Abu Bakr, that's Abu Bakr, bin Wahishi. Now, some people might say, yeah, but he says, but for the most part, that's incorrect. Well, there is this Egyptologist which says that some phonetic values, the phonetic value of a number of Egyptian hieroglyphs, were correctly identified. So here you have some name, dates, and places. It was a long process. Some people think that Champollion woke up one day and boom, that was just in passing. You can close this. And now I think we can go straight to the nitty gritty. I'm making the chat members only, and I'm sharing the link to get on the panel, also the link to become a member. You don't even need to click on that link. You have the join button. But for those who don't know how it works, when you become a member, it's $3 a month, and YouTube handles it. I don't have any personal information. And the second link is the link to get on the panel. But the requirement is that you use a webcam. So I hope that the brothers who called earlier will call. And now, while I wait for them to holler, I'm going to read the comments. So Wab Funk, please, all the tea, all the receipts, it's all welcome. Pandora's box have been opened by the red hair moderator. Darius McNair wrote no contemporary writings of Jesus. We have 51 people online, by the way. Philo and Plutarch never wrote about Jesus. Now, since we have 52 people online right now, you have to hear this. Are you part of the conscious community? Do you also respect pedophiles so much that you will never criticize them? But you will spend your time dissing people who follow Kemet, people who follow Ma'at?
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
We now have 55 people online. So if I get this straight, in the conscious community, as long as you are Abrahamic, you get all the respect in the world. You don't get criticized, even if you touch on babies, like we can see on the right, this imagery. You have some righteous queen sisters who will say, go right ahead, rape his brother, bless her, then we'll pray, then we'll play together. The mother of this molested child is a hater and a snitch. And on the left, somebody is not Abrahamic, non Abrahamic, then he's going to be told, non Abrahamic trash. You don't believe in the scriptures and you disagree with garbage field, the track star. I'm gonna block you, pagan heathen. Interesting. Interesting. Let me continue with the comments. Oh, here comes Chris. I'm gonna block you. My brother Chris, thank you for calling. Do you have any headset by any chance?
You said, do I have any headsets?
Interesting. Yes, by any chance, do you have any headset? Interesting. Let me continue with the comments. Because I can hear my voice echoing. Chris. I'm gonna block you.
I'm really quick, so just give me a second.
Yeah, okay, feel free. Feel free.
Yeah, I'm trying to hook him up right now. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm muting you, and then when you're ready, feel free to unmute yourself. So let me continue with the comments. Lamont Brown wrote Garfield wants to be a pastor, but his wife won't let him. Oh, okay, that's Chris. Okay, Christopher Davis. Wab Funk wrote, why did the conscious community or Amen Ra Squad allow that ish with Christina Carter, knowing full well Garfield had a wife and kids? Well, people cheating on their significant others is nothing new. What's strange to me is people pretending to be in a relationship with someone, knowing. I mean, this what is weird to me. Gabrielle Union. She recently revealed that she cheated on her ex-husband because she was earning more money than him. I don't know what the logic is. But anyway, that's Gabrielle Union. I hope I didn't make a mistake with the name. But okay, let me continue with the comments. Now, if some of you know about the Christina Carter issue, then feel free. I mean, all receipts are welcome. And those who have been scammed by anybody, it doesn't have to be $1,500. If it was $50, feel free to holler. $20, feel free to holler. All right. Wab Funk wrote, damn, y'all brought Chris out. Peace, Chris. Storm wrote, Pastor Garbage Field and his congregation of cheerleaders are out of control. Well, all this messed up stuff can come to an end. It's up to the conscious community. We have 61 people online. And since we have 61 people online, some of you just arrived because we had 50 people online. And you need to know that the people who touch on babies get more respect than non-Abrahamic people who don't touch on babies.
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
Thank you, red hair moderator. Now, Chris, I saw you were holding a book. Feel free to show it, and feel free to unmute yourself as well.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, brother. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, so the book I'm holding, so this goes into a conversation that we were having earlier. And this is what I mean by people like to jump into an argument but haven't done the groundwork or the research to even be able to comment on it. And Champollion was not the first and only person that was working on the decipherment of the Meduneter. Okay, so this book is called Egyptology, the Missing Millennium, Ancient Egypt and Medieval Arabic Writings. Okay, so if you can see in some of these pictures, they were doing the work. Even here, They
Is
even
it the
got some
book
of the
by
demonic correct.
but is it the book by Okasha El Dali?
Yep. Yes, it is, bro.
All right, okay.
All right. So I'm just saying, like, again, this, like you said before, Champollion didn't just fucking wake up from a dream and like decipher this, you know? It took time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took time. You know, people were doing this work for like thousands, like hundreds of years. All right. So I'm gonna leave it at that right now. I'm at home. I got my library, bro. Anybody want to jump on, you can come at me. You gonna get that work.
You heard it. You heard it. Now, Chris, now that you're sit back, relaxed in your chair.
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. Yeah, got my food, got my drink. I'm chilling.
All right, so feel free. You know, you know a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
You heard.
So
Yeah.
one of the craziest things is a lot of people don't realize, like, I've been in this for so long, but it's so crazy to me. I never ran into you, Shockers, for a long time too.
That's because they
Dude,
censored me.
all these kids. Oh, yeah, see, I was telling my girlfriend about that. So what's kind of funny is that a lot of these dudes, I guess what you young kids call it, everybody kidding, everybody lying. You know, they falsifying stuff. It's more ego driven than about genuine information and knowledge and truth to uplift black people. You know, these people have been scamming people for a long time. Shit, Ankh used to be trying to sell flip flops with black and green on. I mean, come on, bro. You know, like it's just a joke. And again, I'm not
Well,
doing
I
this
would
to
say I'm not trying
be.
to defend him. I'm not trying to defend him because any receipt on anybody is welcome. So, but I don't think there's anything wrong
Yeah,
with selling, merchandise,
no,
clothing and
no,
stuff like
and
that. But
I don't believe so either. So, Ankh, I'm sorry I threw that out there, but that wasn't really for you, and I still mess with you, Ankh. You know what I'm saying, to some degree. But what I'm getting at is that you can't
feel free, brother.
make
Feel
money
free.
off the. Yeah. You can't make money off the people, but not give the truth to the people. You know, you can't be disingenuine about information. And if you don't know something, just say you don't know. And my biggest thing is about this whole conscious community is that these people are not having discussions, debating with experts. Um, I actually talk to a lot of people in these certain fields of information. Like these guys aren't doing none of that. And like I said, if anybody, please challenge me, man. I'm like the apocalypse on X-Men, bro. Like that's why I left for 10 years, man. So, but again, like I mean, it's all love and peace, but we just got to get back to just loving each other, man, and just being real, you know, and leave the babies alone, bro. None of that's cool. You know what I'm saying? There's many other names I could throw out and we can throw around and stuff, but
Oh, feel free.
I
We
don't
have
know.
time. Yeah, this evening I have time. So anybody else, the link is in the chat. I mean, we're gonna get to the bottom of things because you see earlier when you spoke, there's a brother who said, "Man, I've been in the conscious community like since 2002, something like that." He said, "I never knew all of that."
Oh
A lot
no,
of
yeah.
people just don't.
They
Feel
don't.
free,
Yeah,
brother.
he said I've been in the conscious community for 2022. He said I didn't even know all this, bro. You guys don't know nothing, like for real. You know, I challenge anyone from Dagger Squad, Amin Ra Squad. I still love all my Team Osiris brothers, so that's my family. That's my family. I just have to step away. But these people, man, like they do not have your best interest. How can I say it? They're not really there for you. You know, it's all a scam. Like, matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna go grab another book. Hold up.
Yes, feel free, brother. Feel free. We're gonna talk this evening. Yes, we're gonna talk. People are cool with child molesters. They don't criticize them.
They're
They
weird,
don't
bro.
disrespect
It's so
them.
weird.
But they're gonna diss
It's not
us.
cool.
It's not cool.
So I'm gonna get on these people that plagiarize, right? And they try to make
Yes.
it seem like that they're these masters of information, like they're some type of gatekeepers of knowledge. These dudes are foolish and really don't know shit. So look, this is the book that I destroyed. Yes, I'm that guy. I'm the one that did this. I'm the one that did this. And I had people behind me that knew about it too, but I was courageous enough to put my face in front of it because I don't care. I'm about the truth. I got kids, bro. I got
Can,
children,
can,
man.
can you tell the audience whose book it is? I know who it is, but just
Oh
tell them
yeah. Also yeah. This is from the Metal Netter Master. Oh, I'm sorry, the Metal Netter Magician. Um,
what's his name.
Wujao. Yeah, I told you,
Oh,
bro. I've been watching you. You brought me out. You resurrected me out the grave, bro. Real talk. This is Sechu Medu Netter. Um, Inscriptions of Divine Words, a Beginner's Guide, Introduction to the Medu Neter, the Ancient Egyptian Hieroglyphic System. Wujau Iri Ma'at. The dude didn't even use his real name. Like, I don't even know if who he is as a real person. My name is Christopher Antonio Dason, bro. I'm real. I'm a real individual. I live in the real world. I float around using my feet. All right. But anyway, these people will make it seem like, okay, come buy my book, right? And then join my MetaNetter class or whatever, right? This book is plagiarized from this book. It's actually plagiarized from the second edition, but it's the same book with
James P. Allen, Middle Egyptian.
yes, exactly. Okay. Even in here, for a lot of y'all goofy dudes, even James P. Allen says that the ancient Egyptian, basically the Meta Neter is an African language. He says it. Like, no one denies this in academia. It's African. All right. And then on top of that, so basically, I'm going to just say this. Throw this in the garbage. Buy this. Buy this. And this is Egyptian Grammar by Gardner, third edition. Standard text. We all use it. Yup. You know what's up. So I'm saying, bro, they be playing games, man. They be playing games. And at least as a starter, Faulkner's Middle Egyptian dictionary. They actually have an updated version of it too, but that many people may not know about it. But I don't think it's in print form, but it's out there if you know how to research.
Yeah, you're talking about the one where they have the actual hieroglyphic transcript because his is handwritten. So there's that scholar.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yep.
available online. For Faulkner, for the updated version that the brother is talking about is available online. The original Faulkner is online also, and even Gardner, you find it online.
Oh, let me do something else too, bro, because people think I'm playing. If anybody can challenge me, jump in the chat and get that workout. We can all work out together. Oh yeah, Asar Fake Hotep, he be plagiarizing too. This is one of his books. He owed me money for this because I asked for my money back. So yeah, Asar, he be lying too. Big time. And a lot of the stuff that these guys are doing, it's okay to make mistakes when you're writing a book. You can always go back and make an updated version. But to copy and paste other people's information verbatim without credit, you would get kicked out of any university in the world. Why do we allow this in our own community?
Yes, why?
On top of this, bars. Another book by James P. Allen, The Ancient Egyptian Language and Historical Study. In here, he even says again that the ancient Egyptian language is an African language. Even the Bija, who were the Magi in the past, Oromo, like all these languages, it's a Cushitic language. Like they're all connected. Like, come on, like stop playing, bro. You know what the people look like on the walls. Come on, man. We got to stop playing this damn game, bro. It's game over for everybody. Come get the work. I ain't even show none of my stuff, bro. Man, and look, man, let me calm down, Shaka. Let me calm down. Talk for like 2 minutes. Let me calm down.
No, but I know how it feels because you said you were away for 10 years. Like, when I was inside of the studios, some people say, oh, he's talking about everybody. He's talking about, they don't understand. I've been watching the community being dumbed down by pseudo scholars spitting misinformation. And I'm like, okay, I have this and I have this opportunity. So I'm like, I'm gonna give everybody a piece of the action. And I told them, you wanna holler, holler. The 2 fingers is cool, but holler. And we see what happened when I hollered. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes,
let me say this, Shaka, real quick.
Yeah, feel free, brother. Feel free.
Please, and I'm sorry, I'm not cutting your wisdom off.
No, no,
I
no,
like
sir.
you a lot,
We
bro.
have the time, brother.
Yeah,
We have
heck yeah,
time.
heck yeah.
Feel free.
Okay,
Feel free.
good. I'm gonna just say for real, if you guys don't cut out all this BS, me and Shaka can destroy the whole, like everything. Like we can destroy everything, bro. Like we don't need a whole team. Like we are the team. We don't need a team. Y'all be having like 30 people to like come up with these arguments, bro. Like I don't need that. I ride solo, bro.
They
I really
always need
do.
backup.
I do this. Yeah, they always need backup, bro. Man, y'all got me fucked up. All right. Y'all, and Shaka, you brought me back. I've been watching you for a minute. You woke up Asar, you know. So I'm here, bro. Y'all gotta deal with this. And all of y'all know I know stuff that could shut everybody down.
Well, feel free,
Real
brother. You
talk.
can sprinkle us with a little
All
something
right,
if you
look,
want.
I'll do this. Like these dudes be weird, yo. So like, what's his name? Okay, if the name pop up, I'll get to it. Okay, no, you know his name. Who's the guy that helped write the book with Wujawu and Asar Fakotep? Who's the guy that was also part of one of their books?
Well, I nickname him.
Sinjedi.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you
Fedi
notice
Sinjedi.
you notice he stayed away from them.
Yeah, after that, yeah.
But
But even
feel
Fedi
free.
Sinjedi, which honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I believe Sinjedi is a really genuine great dude. I think he just happened to get mixed up with the wrong people. I'm gonna say that. I really do. I have no problem with Sinjedi. I really think he's a real genuine dude. But I remember Ankh on the phone with me. They were laughing about Sinjedi, like they was calling him pseudo, and they was like, if you'll debate him and crush him, you can be a part of Amon Ra squad. I'm like, man, fuck all that bullshit, bro. I don't need a team.
Try to chill on the profanity, please.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't need a team, you know. But what I'm saying is that these people have these closeness, these people have cliques, and within the cliques, they don't even mess with each other.
Yeah.
They be backbiting, like, you know, and because of how we talk in America, we say, you know, they bicker back and forth like women, but it's more men that do that than women do. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But it's the back and forth bickering stuff, and it's like no one's genuine. It's like everyone has some type of agenda. It's not, none of this, the whole conscious community, none of it is about knowledge and information. It's all about a hustle to make money. Because all of this stuff you can find yourself. You don't need these people. You don't need these people.
So they used to make fun of Sanjeti and calling him pseudo, right?
Yeah. Because you know who his teacher is? Mfudishi.
Yes.
And even me, I was at the same. Oh, no, say what you're saying.
Garfield and his crew, they've been making fun of Fujishi. They kept playing that clip where he said 1 + 1 = 3. But it's just a short clip. And maybe he was talking about, you know, mother, father, and child. But they kept playing it. They kept making fun of Baba Heru when he used to sing on stage. Yeah. I mean, they went all the way in, you know. But for a strange reason, Garfield, you know, when you start talking about his degree or something that he stated publicly, he's gonna call it, what's the purpose? Why's the purpose you doing that? And he's been banging at Kemetic people for like 2 years.
The fact that he had to make a hoopla and get emotional about it, he ain't got a legit degree. Really, if I told you I'm into something, right, or I have something, I can get up like I did with my books and I can show you.
Yeah.
Why would you pay me to see something like that? That makes no sense. That's what I'm trying to say. These people are scammers and so disingenuous. And all y'all listening, these people don't care about y'all. They just want your money. And they'll give you half truths mixed in with they'll give you half truths. And that's all you're gonna get out of it. Like, I'm being serious, man. And I'm sorry to say this. Reggie sucks at Medu Nature. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I try to watch the video he did on Saw Netter, man. Like, I can only get through like 30 minutes. I was like, man, I need to turn this stuff off, bro. Like, I got the books, man. I don't need to hear this stuff, man. And the stuff he be showing it be outdated. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so come on, bro. Like, y'all be playing games, man. Stop playing. Like the young kids say, yo, stop capping, yo. Y'all be faking. It's not that deep, bro. Like, I mean, it ain't that deep. you know, and
I remember what Jau said. He said I forgot the exact word he used, but it's like he basically destroyed Reggie on the Metal Nature. He stated that he
no,
put an emphasis.
Wujao's good at his metal nedra. He's good at it, but he be doing magic.
Yeah.
You know, he know his stuff, but he be on some David Blaine stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, think he's slick, yo, but we be catching it, yo. We be catching it, bro. They be capping, yo. They be making up stuff. Swear to God.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh
So
yeah,
so
and let me say this again. Let me say this again because if anyone wasn't watching the video earlier, I'm not just some random dude. I was really mixed in with all these people. I was there. Wu Jawo's group. I don't. All of y'all. I hope all y'all watching this. I started you guys' group, bro. Like I was that dude. I just let Wu Jawu have it. Like I didn't care no more. I and if anyone says I'm lying, anyone please get on live about anything I'm saying right now and be like, yo, this bro ain't telling the truth.
and say with us, we have Jay Heru. Feel free to speak, brother Jay Heru.
What's going on, fellas?
Peace, bro.
Man,
Yeah, they gonna get
I,
that work today.
hey, I ain't coming here to argue with you, man. Um, I was just, I thought I was the only one who thought that about Reggie with that meta because I watched that video too, man. And
Bro, that was
he would
bad.
always jump on Jabari about this meta, and so I'm listening to him. I'm like, man, this is poor, cause half
What
of the
what
stuff he couldn't really read.
what do you think about his translation of the word penis? And even Jabari asking, can you show us? He made
Man,
something up, didn't he?
well, look, I'll put it like this. I don't read meta, right? But looking at it from my point of view, it seemed like he was making some stuff up. You know, I don't read
Reggie
the
stay
language. You know what
capping.
I mean? Yeah, I mean he did because to me all of that stuff he was saying about Jabari about him not being able to read the metanet and stuff like that. So I'm figuring whenever he get a chance to read it, he gonna ace it. And when I seen him, I'm like half of the shit you can't. My bad. Half of the stuff you can't read, man. That was very poor. I'm like, are you serious?
I'm gonna tell you this.
But
I'm not cutting you off, bro.
he knows the meta nature though. But he has
No, he
knowledge.
knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it, but his understanding of it is way outdated.
Mm.
But people
Yeah.
have to understand this, like, and it's like anything in life. Life or everything is about information, and information is always being updated. You got to stay up to date with stuff. These guys be quoting stuff from the 70s and 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like y'all be like, come on, man, and they know they're being disingenuous because it fits what they're trying to push,
Fits their
knowing damn
narrative.
well that yeah, it fits their narrative. You know what I mean? And honestly, man, like again, like Wu-Tang say, yo, I do it for the babies, man. It's all about the truth, yo. It's all about the kids and the children, man. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? And the worst part of it is like I know some of these dudes have families, like, so how can you be taking yourself serious acting like this? And this is why I call it the Negro debate, just like the Chitlin circuit. They not going to universities debating, these people that are on that know this stuff. They will get chewed up. And the SAR need to stop playing, bro. Like that Shaq hand to Diop joint, Shaq's my Diop was that dude, bro. You hold no candle to him. You can't even speak on him. If you
So
go to
was it?
Wiki, and if you go to Wiki and type in Egyptologist, right, you will see none of these people, but you will see Diop. Y'all need to
Uh,
stop playing, bro.
for those who don't know, because some people are not aware of these things because they have teams and they're protecting each other. But Asahi Mo Fake, he said that Diop was wrong, that Diop guessed, that Diop was irresponsible. That's what
Oh
he said.
man,
Hey,
come
you know
on,
what was
man.
irresponsible? Was this whack ass book I got? This is the SARS book, bro. Bars. Bars.
Oh
Come talk to me,
man.
bro. Dude, I will take on the whole Amon squad by myself and Dagger squad. I need like 30 people. It ain't fair. It ain't fair if it's like a couple people. I need a real whole team.
I got a question for you, man. I was actually going to ask Shaka earlier when I was on the panel, but I had to jump off. So we was talking about Shaka was talking about Walter Williams earlier, and I was telling
Oh
him,
shit.
I done heard.
Ask it.
What's
I got a
that?
book for that too. Shock. Oh no, I got a book for that too. Walter Williams lied on Saw Netter. I got the page number and everything. I forgot the page number, but I'm gonna show you all the book. The nigga lied like shit. Hold up. Got y'all. Continue what you saying, bro. This is fucking dude. I'm sorry for cousin. This is so fun, bro. I've been gone for 10 years, man. I'm about to take everybody out. Continue.
Yeah. So
Thank you, red hair moderator. It's only the beginning. Feel free, brother. Feel free.
yeah. So like I said, another person that I mentioned who made that claim about the meta nature not being deciphered was Seti Sarasu Seti, right? And I seen a couple of his videos on that, and one of the things that he said was that I guess whenever they was first initially translated, they said it didn't have any vowels, and so he said that they added vowels to it.
But Hebrew and
And
Arabic don't have vowels.
yeah, I
In,
mean I
in
understand,
writing,
but
in writing, you
yeah,
know, we didn't have vowels most of the time, but people don't know that in the Middle Nature we do have vowel
There
sounds. I
are
like to
vowels
say,
in the met. There
yeah,
are.
I like to say vowel sounds because when you say vowels, people say no, vowels is A, E, I, O, U, Y. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
But
Let
those
me
are
say something too
sounds.
real quick. A lot of people
Feel
don't
free, brother.
know. In the Medu Neter, a lot of us think that you have um uniliterals, um monoliterals, triliterals, but they can actually go up to 4 and 5. See, a lot of these people aren't teaching you these things. Like this was a spoken language.
And it still
And I didn't
survives
mean to cut
today.
your wisdom off, brother, at the bottom.
Yeah,
But
oh no,
go
you
ahead,
good.
J.
uh
Harold. Go ahead.
Yeah, you good. That was one of the things I wanted to get some feedback on because he was saying that they added vowels to it, and he also said that they like say for instance like when you translate it to English or like French or whatever other language that you may translate some of those things to. Basically, one of his claims was that once you add those vowels, translating it to English, then it's no longer in the original language. It basically saying like you're changing the language. It's not Egyptian anymore
let me
when
tell
you
you, can I
add
tell
like
you what,
English vowels or
bro,
whatever
can I
language you're
tell you
going
what
to.
the problem with people is, and they don't understand this? Yes, it's a dead language. We really don't know how it was actually spoken. And mind you, over 5,000 years, bro, it changed
Hmm.
within that whole time within themselves. We call it Egyptology speak. You know, a lot of
Hmm.
times they'll add a E just so we know what it says, but let's use common sense. If ancient Egyptian could not be read, then why does all these documents make sense?
Yeah.
Why does every symbol make sense in every text? It's not made up.
Right. Right.
All
Yeah.
of it. Oh, and let me show you this too, bro. Walter Williams, you were OG, but you was capping like, bro, you was capping. So look, this is the book that Walter Williams on Saw Netter, yeah, and they try to delete my Facebook over this. Man, bro, they be playing with me. So this is the British Museum book of the Rosetta Stone by Carol Andrews. He said the whole title like I just said. Then he gonna sit there and say in the same breath that in the book she said it ain't deciphered. It ain't in here that she says that. They be bro. This is crazy to me. That's why I had to leave. They had me feeling like I was crazy. They had me feel like I was crazy, bro. Come on, man. Stop playing, man.
And to add on, for those who did not catch the conversation in the previous live stream, once again, and I know many people have seen it, the debate between Seti and Nasi Yashuvel, for which Reggie gave information to the Hebrew camp, it is still online. I think it is on
Yeah.
Smash Rockwell's YouTube channel. But the Q&A, I did not see it lately. But that's in the Q&A or questions and answers session of that debate that Seti was asked if he knows the Middle Nature. And Seti replied, I know bits and pieces of it. So later on, he changed his stance. It appears that it was when he hooked up with young Pharaoh, you know.
Yeah.
So Seti, he did a lot. He represented for Kemet. He was attacking stuff like that. So, you know, I got to give him his kudos. But I respectfully disagree with that claim, whether it comes from Seti or Walter Williams or anybody else. And like I tell people all the time, you have plenty of PhDs who are not only Egyptologists. Some people are not Egyptologists, but they have studied the hieroglyphic language. Now, the specialists and the experts when it comes to languages usually we say they are the linguists. So everybody can be free to contact any PhDs regardless of the field and ask them and can we read the Middle Nature or hieroglyphic? Can we understand what it says? And you will see what the answer is. Walter Williams said that 30 years ago in his book about Christianity. It was not about the Middle Nature because I know some people haven't read the book and they heard that claim. So it's like over 2 pages, four maximum, but I think it was over 2 pages because I bought the book and I read it. Back when I was living in England, that was over a decade ago. I don't have it in my possession anymore, but I had it. I bought it. So it's like about 2 pages where he argues why he thinks the Middle Nature has not been deciphered. So that's one guy whose credentials we are not even sure about. I don't know what credential he has. People call him Professor Walter Williams. Others call him Dr. Walter Williams. I don't know what degree he has and what field he was in.
Oh,
I don't
sounds
know
like
any.
Dr. Reggie. What's the doctor of Reggie?
No, but Reggie, many times he says other people call him that. He doesn't call himself that.
You're right. You know what?
Yeah.
And Reggie, I apologize for that because I don't want to be
Yeah,
dishonest about nothing. I apologize for
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
And
apologize for
and
that.
mm, and I've never heard a PhD saying that the Middle Nature has not been deciphered. So thinking that it hasn't been deciphered, that means all the PhDs, all the Egyptologists in the world, all the people who have a doctorate degree in Egyptology, they are dead wrong. But you add all the other PhDs, regardless of their field, who use the Middle Nature. Now, the Marin Patas stele, for strange reason, it is convenient to use it for some people, and the writing is the Middle Nature. So we are in 2023. Brothers and sisters, it's time to get serious. We can no longer rock with this pseudo claim.
Hey,
It's time
you
to be scientific. Feel free,
oh
brother.
my
Feel
bad.
free. No, no, it's okay. Feel free, Jeheru. Feel free.
You you teach metanetic classes, right?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Do you still do that? Okay.
of course, I still do it. I had a class earlier with the good sister who gave me the link to that British Museum video. Yes.
Okay, because I've been thinking about, I mean, I thought about it a couple years ago, trying to learn, learn some of it.
Yeah. And hold on. I want to share. For people don't know down there, I'm gonna share my email address for those who are interested in taking the classes. It's not free of charge, brothers and sisters, because I had so many people contacting me who said they were interested, and then when I told them, okay, it's $10 per class, I never heard from them again. So I'm saying it up front. It's
Yeah.
not free of
Hey,
charge.
you
It's
guys gotta
ten.
understand something. We spend so much money on this information and we put in the
Oh
work
yeah,
for it, and we're
definitely.
asking like literally the bare minimum for it. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Right,
and I'm
right.
sorry, Shaka. Continue. I
No, it's okay.
apologize.
It's okay. No, no, we
I
have
just
time.
needed to
It's
let
all
the people know that.
yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So yes,
And that
it's
book I was
$10.
holding up.
Feel
Oh,
free.
no, continue. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Feel free. Feel free.
So we was having a conversation with the gentleman earlier, or what y'all call him, Babylon.
Babylon
Babylon
done.
done.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
And you know
that's
what?
all I'll
Hold
be
on.
trying
Hold
to
on.
tell.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold
Yeah.
on. I prefer we don't address him because he's gonna call in and we're gonna have a whole debate about
Oh
whether he
yeah,
has
it's
been
gonna be
deciphered
all
or
over
not.
the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
Hey,
he
So
look.
get he
you
get
know,
crazy, man.
Hey,
no, I
yo, I'm
wouldn't
gonna
say
tell you
that.
this right
But
now.
but Walter Williams is welcome because everybody speaks for Walter Williams. Walter Williams can speak for himself. So if you know
Yeah.
Walter Williams, feel free to tell him he's
And let
welcome.
me just say this for the record. I do appreciate Walter Williams. I do. I just think that his information was outdated, like as of where we're at now, you know? So
Hmm.
I don't have no issue with him. I appreciate Walter Williams because he do be kicking knowledge. Like when it comes to like the origins of Islam, bro, it's a wrap. And I've actually went and seen these Quranic texts. It's not Arabic, it's Syriac. But that's another subject. Anyway,
And and
and
and and
Muhammad is Jesus. And Muhammad is Jesus, but we're gonna talk about that later too.
and and and, and Syriac. I have a colleague who speaks Aramaic. Syriac is Aramaic because
All
Orientalists,
right, Shaka, bars. Let them know, bars.
those
But anyway,
Orientalists, they came up with different names. But yeah, feel free, brother, feel free.
again, half these people capping, they can't probably even afford this book. All right. So anyway, in the book tells you scribes learned hieratic. It was the artists that did the big depictions. Now, obviously, the scribes, they could read the actual art on the temples because, you're a scribe. But you're not going to be sitting here drawing out full figures and things like that when you're in business meetings, when money's being involved, divorces. Dude, these people were just like us. What, like, y'all need to stop playing, bro. Like, they were just like us. Like, Egypt is not some alien, like, stardust, like, it's crazy, man. Come on, bro. It's just like how Europeans, like I said before, how they look at Greece and Rome. Why is it a problem when we as Africans do the same to Egypt? That makes me question y'all as a person.
The problem is the religion, my brother. It's the Abrahamic narrative, because in the Abrahamic narrative of the Judaism, Christianity, in Islam, Pharaoh, which is a title, not a name, is a horrible person,
And let them know. Pharaoh means per ah, all right? That was not their title. It's Nesu Biti. And then let me say this again.
Actually, brother, before you continue, per ah was used at one point, before.
I agree with you.
But yes,
I agree with you.
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you. But my thing is too, like, let's say, like, for instance, like, we have to be genuine as people. Like, even like Sabra Sultan said, right? He uses Sultan for king from outdated versions of translations.
Yes.
And that would no longer.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. And that is not any longer accepted. But there's no problem with that. You know what I mean? It's just we as a people just need to be honest with ourselves and just update the information.
Yes.
Because we have access to so much stuff that the people that have fought through blood, shed, and tears, they didn't have what we have today. There's almost no reason for half the shit I be hearing online. Sorry for that. Because you guys literally have a computer in your pocket, but be asking questions that you can look up. It's insane to me. It's like somebody saying, oh, I don't know what time it is right now in Japan, but you can look it up. Like, come on, man. Like, y'all be blowing me, bro. So, like, you're not even ready for this level of information. Because, again, there's a reason why the world looks at us, but they know once we get together as a people, we're going to be where we were back then. We were the rulers of the world. We civilized the planet. The European scholars acknowledge that and talk about it like this isn't no hidden secret. Like, y'all debating with these Hebrew Israelite, bro, that's nonsense, man. Come on, man. Nobody in the Bible was a real person. They didn't exist. These were people that were taken from different parts of the world and they combined their own stories so they could have their own culture. Ain't none of that real, bro. None of it. And again, call in, let's get it on.
Pontius Pilate, just a few people.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with you. But anyway, anybody want to get in, let's get it in. I'm trying to work out. I ain't had my calisthenics in 10 years, bro. And y'all know me. I know everybody's scared, bro. Y'all know me. Y'all ain't think I was gonna come back. Shaka brought me out. I've been watching him for a couple months, and I'm like, yo, this dude is legit. Like, he's honest about information. So I'm like, nah, man, I got to get out here. And I need your email address and your phone number or something after this too.
Well, look, I'm gonna put that in the private chat. So, yeah.
But again, I have no hate for anybody.
It's best you give me your phone number because I can call in America free of charge. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, because I live in France. Hey, we have the good brother.
I have family in France.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I got family in France.
All right, okay. Hey, Osam Ka, Hotep said, if you're free to speak, brother.
And the top,
oh, that's my dude. That's my brother.
Y'all done got my brother Chris out the building, huh?
Bro, they done resurrected the God, bro. They done playing.
And
how you been, God?
Brothers and sisters, these brothers Osam Ka, he has credentials in the field of Egyptology from a university, and he has shown.
And Asar was with me when I created the whole Seshumat thing and all that stuff. He was there with us. He left too. It was too much nonsense.
Well, what happened right? Chris was the creator of Guardians of Ma'at. I was Seshu Ma'ani Medunecha. I grabbed my brother Setep and Ra and said, "Come over here." He seen me decipher. And after I did that, we got together and clicked up. And then him and Ujao, Chris and Ujao was going at each other. I'm like, man, and Ujao was like, "Yo, can I use this?" I was like, "Go ahead." So I'm thinking they all together as a conglomerate. I said, "Go, push it. This is what we are. This is what we do." And it became a thing. But when they started copying, I noticed because there's a cat that's from Russia that had a website that Ujao took the information from. Me and him was in class beefing with each other a little bit, me and the little Russian dude. But when I seen it, I said, "What happened?" And so then I told Kansu, I said, "Kansu," I said, "Is this your man?" Because Kansu had introduced me to it. I said, "Is this your man's?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "This is what I see. I'm not tripping, but this is what I see." And then Chris, next thing I know, they doing a show. I'm like, Chris is
bars, bro. Like, y'all got me messed up, bro.
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, man. And
hey, those was fun times, man. That was fun.
There was some funny joints. But we all brothers. It's all love for me. I'm not tripping, but
that's facts. It's all love.
Yeah, don't plagiarize. Don't do that because then you make everybody look bad. We all over here shooting commercials for the show you. We shooting commercials for this thing. Hold on, let me pull one up. I think I got one in here. Let me see if I could find it.
Hey, yo, this is my brother. Yo, he was here with me in the beginning, bro, on everything. That's what I'm telling y'all. Anybody jump up and think I'm lying, say it, because I'm not.
Nah, Chris real with it. Chris get busy. Chris be in Smash's chat sometimes, helping us with the metal nature. So
bars. Yeah, and he's still mad at me from the past, but I ain't got no problem with you, Smash. Let's mend whatever we have as people. Because honestly, I'm gonna say this: Smash is the reason why I learned the metal nature. I saw him on Saw Netter, man. I was like, yo, I want to be like that dude, bro. That's dope. He was crushing Hebrews left and right on Saw Netter. I was like, you know what? I got to get on that. So I started spending all my money, bro. Yep, I did.
That's powerful. Israel Doctrine. If you following me, because we were supposed to have a debate today, you still going to get it. You still going to get it, Playboy. I'm just a little busy. I just
and I got your email, Shaka. I'm gonna hit you up in a little bit with my phone number.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get off of here because I gotta go. We got to corner a fighter tomorrow, and I gotta go to the weigh-in tonight. I just wanted to hop on and validate my man's real quick.
Bars, brother.
Bars, bro. I don't have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie. Hotep, bro.
Imatep Senu.
Imatep Sen E. All right. Now, Babylon done. Feel free if you want to add to the discussion. It's going to be a long evening. Well, it's not yet the evening, I guess, in America, but well, kind of, it depends where.
It's dark here. It's, at least on the East Coast, it's dark here now, so it's the evening.
Well, Babylon done. It might be a bit busy now. So, Chris, feel free. Feel free. You got the floor. It's time to set the record straight.
Like I say, man. Like it's been so much disinformation and so much things that have been going on for so many years. And like I said, my brother, my fellow brother from Team Osiris, Geechee Gully, when he was on earlier, he even said, yo, Chris is tough, bro. Like, he really is. You know what I'm saying? And one that, like, put everybody advanced information. And that's cool because, like I said, Brother Smash put me on. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm thinking the whole time we're supposed to help each other, to teach each other. And Brother Smash, we used to go back and forth because I was Team Osiris, he was Amara Squad, but he would try to sharpen my instruments of my intellect. And I appreciate that to him and love you forever for that, bro. Because there would be times where, like, Ngozi Amir be flip-flopping all the time, like, one day, like, the uniform gave birth to the metal netter. It'd be all over the place. And then like I'd be like, oh, and I'll be listening to my mans at first, and I'll be like going hard on people. And Jonathan will get on and be like, bro, show and prove. I'm like, shit. You know what I mean? So then when I would go back and do my research and my homework, I'm like, nah, he right. This brother, he playing. He just freestyling. So nah, bro, I appreciate the whole process and everything. I wouldn't be who I am without all of y'all. Good and bad. Good and bad. I've always been an intellectual dude, but you guys push me to like to the stars, man. Real talk. But all y'all that like lying, man, please, why are y'all not getting on here, man? Like, I want to get a workout. It's been a minute, man. Like everybody, man, like from you can name anybody. All right, man. Garfield too, bro. You know me, Garfield. Get on here, Garfield. Bro, yeah, I know Garfield the cat. Yeah, bro, get on here.
Do you know Wab Funk? Because he's in the chat, and he said he doesn't really want to. I mean, maybe he wrote something because later on I will go through the chat. But
yeah, I can't see the chat right now.
Oh yeah, he wrote that he knows Garfield from way back, and Garfield went to a community college. He had a degree, but not a bachelor's in history. He said no, he just lied about that. So I thought that was
I believe that. No, I believe that because, like, all right, so you guys may not know this. When you're a part of these teams like Team Osiris, Amon Ra Squad, and all this stuff, we used to have these private Facebook chats. Sometimes somebody get mad at you, they want to kick you out the chat. But people are so retarded, they don't realize like you can still see the conversation. And these people talking about you. Come on, man. Like, there's no unity in the conscious community. How could everything in reality that you see is consciousness? So how can you have a conscious community, but there's no unity? We need to just shut this down and start over. Start over. We need to go from where Shek Antidia went and go further with what we know now. We need to put all these clowns to the side.
When you say you believe that, you mean you believe that he has a bachelor's degree in history?
Oh, no. I know he don't have one.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I believe what you said.
Oh, okay. So you actually know Garfield personally, do you?
Yeah, he was actually Garfield was with us in Team Osiris for a minute. Okay. And he left. Yeah, yep. Did y'all know that? Yeah, Garfield was in Team Osiris for a minute. Amon Ra Squad ain't want him.
So Brother Onk is very close to Garfield. Do you think Onk knows that Garfield doesn't have a bachelor's degree in history?
Onk knows everything. These guys sat on the phone with me for 3 hours because I was really like destroying everything. They were like, yo, man, like you're destroying everything we built. I'm like, but I'm telling the truth though. They know that. Y'all know that. Y'all called me on the phone, and that's the same phone conversation when you guys wanted me to debate Sanjetti and take his place on the team. Same conversation. And then that same day or the next day, y'all made a 5-hour video about me. Who does that? Y'all don't got jobs?
So, brothers and sisters, we have the brother Chris who says that Onk knows everything. He knows that Garfield doesn't have a bachelor's degree.
Everything, man.
So, Onk, I wonder why. And I made a video asking why you're defending a cult.
Let me say this real quick.
I'm asking, yeah, go ahead.
You can't get on the team without Onk. Onk's the gatekeeper to Amon Ra Squad. You can't get in without Onk. I don't know how they're doing now because, like I said, I separated myself. I don't know what they're doing, but I know back then Onk was the gatekeeper.
So, Onk, why do you cap for Garfield? Why do you support his lies? We have a whole community looking, Onk. Why?
And y'all got us looking stupid as black people. You already know the world don't like us anyway. And y'all giving them extra reasons to not like us. And it's people like us that we feel like we going crazy and we're telling the truth. And y'all lying to the whole world.
And you know
what's y'all done resurrect the demon, bro. Like, I ain't going nowhere. This ain't
not a demon.
Not a demon. Going, no. But Damon. Yeah, nope,
yeah,
nope, nope. See, that's he.
those
People be
Abrahamic
capping. So when they
believers.
hear, no,
Yeah.
see, Abrahamic believers. See, that's why y'all got to study language.
Hmm.
Daemon, it means the intellect, the mind. Y'all done resurrected my mental again, yo. Y'all about to get that work, and anybody can get it. Babylon, come on, bro. Like, oh, I'm home now. Like, we can really get it popping. I got all
Mm.
my books with
Yeah,
me. Like,
yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Now, Unc used to say, "Black African power, a
Yup, all the
disorganized
time.
lie defeats. I'm sorry, a well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time." Ooh wee! So it looks like Unc, you're dealing with some organized lie.
I'm gonna
You don't need
say
to lie
something really quick.
anymore, Unc. Yes, feel free, brother.
Nope. Wu Jiawu threw me out the window. And this is how me and Ankh like kind of got into it. This is how it all started. And this is not me like I'm not talking trash like a I'm not coming from an emotional space. This is me just telling the truth to a lot of y'all. So you guys don't fall into the same traps that I fell into. You know? I don't care about none of this stuff. I don't care about the conscious community. It's not a conscious community. But let me just say this. So I remember again when our brother Asar was on earlier, like he was talking about, I had guardians of my art, all right, guardians of truth and balance, you know. So all these people came into my group because they saw like, yo, he's hardcore. So Wujawu messaged me one time and he's like, he disagreed with Dr. Ben about the whole foothills, mountains, and the moon, whatever all that bullshit is. All right.
Yeah, the
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So he sent me something, and I'm the type of dude like I go from 0 to 100. Like that's just how I am. Like that's my personality is like this. All I'm like this with everybody, y'all. I'm just like this. This is how I am. So I posted it, bro. I got the whole storm from everybody. But Wu Jawu sent it to me, but he didn't have my back. Be like, nah, that wasn't Chris, man. Like this was, Seshu, whatever they call themselves now. Man, so like, yo, bro, like y'all did me wrong like crazy, but I'm not even mad about it. But y'all need to be honest with people about the stuff that y'all doing. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of y'all got children, and we need to do better as black people, man. It don't matter what religion you are, man. Just know the truth of it. If your religion or whatever you believe in, like how y'all be messing with Jabari, right? I'm not even a Jabari fan. Real talk, I can see through people. I'm not a Jabari fan. I don't like his personality, but he's a good person. He's a good dude.
Hold on, hold
He's
on, hold on,
helping the
hold on, brother.
community.
Brother, earlier I did not really understand what really happened. Like you mentioned the papyrus of Hunnefer. So for those who don't know, Dr. Ben has stated that on the papyrus of Hunnefer, he says, we come from the foot here of the Nile where the god Happy dwells. Now, some
Yep.
people have looked up the papyrus and he's not on there. And a lot of people made a big deal of that as if, I mean, even if you want to say he lied, I would say he made a mistake. But people
I
made a
believe
big
so
deal of
too.
that. When we
It
have
was a
all those
mistake.
guys teaching that Africans are living a jungle life, that Africans are not civilized, that black means death, and all that stuff, but yet they want to focus so much on that. And the reality is that Abrahamic believers have a great disdain for Dr. Ben because Dr. Ben was clear about the Abrahamic belief system. So some people try to act like they are being scientific and scholarly when really they have an agenda, like Garfield, who appears nothing less than a Christian apologist in disguise. But what is it that happened? So Ujau sent you a message saying,
Okay,
okay,
I'm glad
yeah,
you said that. So let me rephrase it a little better. So basically, it was like Wujawu sent me something, and he was like, "Oh, Dr. Ben was wrong." But you gotta understand, at that time, I was just learning all this stuff. I was a fresh student of meta nature, so I'm looking at Wujawu like, "Yo, this dude know what he's talking about." Oh, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. See my eyes. But at that time, I really thought he did. I like I really gave my heart to these people. Like I really did, and he threw my ass out the window with that meme. It was a meme that they made about Dr. Ben being wrong. So Ankh chewed my ass up after that meme. How you gonna disrespect Dr. Ben? I'm like, did I really do that? I didn't even know what I did. So, like I'm saying, man, like these people are not genuine people. They're not trying to really teach you anything. They're just trying to give you money. I'm gonna show it again. Oh, sorry. You do need. It is good to have a Meta Netra teacher, but as you have a Meta Netra teacher, as Brother Shaka, with Shaka, I know for sure you know Meta Netra probably better than me. My expertise in it is demotic, and see, a lot of y'all ain't even noticed how I told y'all. See, y'all keep saying hieratic, bro. Do y'all know that there's abnormal hieratic? Do y'all know that it takes some scholars 30 years just to translate one papyrus? Stop playing games, bro. Come on, man. It's like cursive writing in English. We all have our own certain script. I know if I wrote in cursive, y'all wouldn't know what the hell I said.
I have a hard time reading myself sometimes.
Come on, man. And look, I'm gonna just do this again, Shaka. So the real genuine people out there who really want to learn Medu Neter, and I please hope you guys do this. I'm gonna show these 3 books again that I showed earlier, and please hit up Shaka, and he's a great teacher. And this guy has a pure heart, man. You all know it, man. You can just tell. This dude woke. This bro resurrected me from the dead, bro. Stop playing. Again, this and this you can get on PDF. There, you can get this. You know, and I know some of us are tight with money. We all
that's Faulkner.
Faulkner's
Faulkner.
Yep, Middle Egyptian. His
and
dictionary.
The large Peret M. Heru, book of coming forth by day, misnomer, book of the dead, the large one. That's like the size of my torso. That's his translation that they used.
I'm about to show you my Book of the Dead. And I'm about to show people that there's many different translations of them and different ones throughout the centuries. Bars. And yo, somebody hop on here and try to get the workout, man. Like, I got everything with me. I got my arsenal. Like, come on, man. And I know y'all watching this. Yeah, y'all might make a 5-hour video about me tomorrow. Bro, I ain't worried about that. I'll be right back. And I'm only just walking over here. So give me 1 second.
Unc, I don't know when you will listen to it. I don't know who will tell you that.
Yo, Unc, where you at, bro?
But Unc, why do you cap for Garfield if you know that he doesn't have a bachelor's degree in history? I think you will say you didn't know. And it's possible that you don't know. Who knows? But now that it is said, feel free to ask your brother, Garfield. Yo, Garfield, they're saying you don't have a PhD a bachelor's degree in history. I mean, maybe he showed you something. It might have been Photoshop. Just try to find out which university or which school it is from. Try to find out if it is genuine, because it is serious. When Ali Muhammad showed that fake PhD, he was roasted by the community. But now we have a new cult, and we cannot question it.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Remember, like,
no, it's okay. It's okay.
Some information's outdated, but this is by Wallace Budge. His two his 2 Egyptian dictionaries. Some things are outdated, but there's some things that are jewels in here. Get it. He even breaks he even himself even says that it's an African language, and he even shows you how Ethiopian Amharic. It's all the same stuff. And matter of fact, let me shout out one of our brothers too, yo. Hold on. Let me shout out my Ethiopian brother, yo. My man sent me his whole library. And his library is in Stanford University, yo. Y'all got me messed up, yo. Somebody get on here and get this workout.
Those 2 books, the Egyptian Dictionary by Budge, I think you might find them easily online, you know.
Yep. You can.
On PDF, of course.
But they're good to have. But just remember, some things are outdated, but again, all information is good information. You just got to know how to vet it out, you know, do the proper research. So look, this is my man Lagice Allen, right? For y'all saying that ancient Egyptian is not deciphered, this man used the Ethiopian language and deciphered the Rosetta Stone. It says the same thing. Look, Armenia, shit. I'm probably saying it wrong because I ain't Ethiopian, but look at it, take a screenshot. All right, it's my man's book. He sent me all this for free, bro. Like, y'all are playing with clowns, man. Go to college, kids. Get your certificates and information, man. Stop this whole YouTube. Like, I'm a master because I watched like 3 YouTube videos. Come on, bro. Come on, man. This the Rosetta Stone jump that my man sent me. I ain't paid for this. These are people that work in that professors and work in higher information. People send me stuff, bro. I'm not that person to be playing with, man. Thank you, Shaka,
Bro,
for this.
bro, oh, you're welcome. Do you have family from Ethiopia?
No.
Okay.
Oh
So
no. I'm
mhm.
I have family in France, but that's because my uncle married a French woman and they had children, and you know how men can be. We mess up situations. So they ended up moving back out to France. But I have family in France, and yeah. And they would even tell Asar Imhotep he don't know French. So you should not be speaking on Shek Antibio. You should not be speaking on Shek Antibio. Y'all be playing, bro. Y'all be playing, bro. Y'all be thinking like dudes like me. I know I look like I may like be hood and crazy. I am all that. But like we're smart dudes, bro. Like real talk, man. Like somebody come get this work. Like get it. Thank you, Shaka, for this, man. And
You're
these
welcome, brother.
dudes, when they see this video, everybody be running like roaches.
Thank you, red hair moderator. Thank you very much. They're gonna thank you. They will thank you.
Yeah, so all peace and love. Again, I'm gonna calm down my vibe. I'm just excited because I have not been out in the open like this in over 10 years. So I'm gonna calm down. Guys, jump on the panel. Let's just have a good conversation as people ask me any question. And I'm honest. If I don't know something, I'll say I don't know. But you asking me a question that I don't know, I'm gonna find it out. And I'm gonna come back to you and be like, hey, this is what I know now. And you actually help me out as a person. See, we don't gotta lie about stuff, you know? And let's stop using that term master teacher. Who's the goddamn master? Are you the Bruce Lee of scholarship? Stop playing. Shut up with that. All right, so I'm gonna digress and chill for a second. Somebody please jump on, yo. Or you just talk to me. Just talk to me.
Yeah, well, all the stuff you're saying, I don't know it. So, if you have anybody else you want to talk about, as long as it's a matter of public record, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into the people's intimate private
Yeah.
life, but
I don't
when
do
it
that.
comes to
Yeah.
the
I don't do
inform,
the
yeah,
private life
yeah.
too.
But when it
I'm
comes to
all
like
about information.
the
See
information,
these
the
dudes,
claims,
and I'm
yes.
gonna say it now too, yo. So these dudes are weird, yo. Like if you see the picture behind Shaka, right? My mom is darker than that. Yo, these dudes really went online and try to say my mom was white. Yo, like, yo, bro, both my parents are black. You know what I mean? Like they be really weird about stuff. And these dudes were on my page and seen pictures with me with my mom.
I've
Like it's
I've got
crazy to
some
me.
I've got some people as well in comments of my videos. They were like, "Oh, he's not even black." I'm like,
Can
"Okay."
I tell you what it is? It's the dark and light skin hate, bro. It's the dark and light skin hate. In the 80s, light skinned dudes, that was our time. You had Prince, you had Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? In the 90s with rap and everybody, it was the time for the dark dudes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got y'all little time too, bro. Can y'all let us breathe? Let us chill, man. We black too, bro. Let it like come on, man. Like y'all be bugging. Like
But no,
y'all
but
be
the
bugging,
thing,
bro. Like
it's like I remember Natural Tahuri. Now he's going through some things. He's been in jail for a while.
I liked him
Natural
though. I
Tahuri,
liked him
yeah,
earlier.
I remember he on his YouTube page he shared a video of two young girls. Now I can't remember if they were
Oh,
singing or something, but they were very young girls, and I think they were going for some sort of competition or something. And he shared a video and he said, support those girls, and they were very light skinned. And
yeah.
I remember some say, oh, I'm only supporting, like I forgot the terms, but it's like maybe not chocolate, but I'm only supporting like Nubian, the Nubian, whatever, those girls. And I read that. I was like, man, I think I spoke on that, because
Yeah.
I used to have the Blog Talk Radio broadcast, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
come on, like you have some people like that. They want to act like they want to be purist to the fullest, and I'm like, this is getting out of hand. So
Oh,
sometimes, yes,
bro,
go ahead,
these
go ahead.
dudes, these dudes, man, they be like, if you're not dark skinned, you ain't African. You can't
Well,
talk on shit.
yeah, but
They
the
be
thing,
no,
the
they be
funny,
weird. Cause I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell this on everybody, bro. And like I say, get on here and call me out. Y'all are weird people, bro. The
the thing is
original
that
Africans were not all dark skinned. They look like me. Come on, bro. Look at the Egyptian wall, bro. Come on, man. Same
I
skin
mean,
complexion.
the thing is that
We
they are
coming in
cool
in
with you.
shades.
They're cool with you. Then once they have an issue, now I mean, even
They
Unc,
bring out the color thing.
he said, don't show me your white hands, But Unc apologized. That was back then. You know what I'm saying? Now, now the new thing is like what they said to Sekou, Reggie, you talk to your people, I talk to my people. Unc
Mm-hmm.
told Sekou, go back to Africa. So ultimately,
Oh yeah, I
they're
watched
cool
that
with you.
video.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're cool with you. Then when you disagree with them, they'll use anything, you know.
They
And
did
after
that to
all
me.
this,
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a pattern.
oh,
It's a pattern.
mm, you
It's a
see,
pattern.
you
As long
see,
as you go with, again, cult.
hmm
Y'all think these research teams are cults. Bro, I got kicked out of, man. All right, fuck it. All right, I'm sorry to everybody on Team Osiris. I'm so sorry to say this. Dude, I got kicked out like 5 times. Okay? Like, bro, like, real talk. Like, that's what I was going back to again. Like, these people talk about you, but don't realize, like, I can still see the chat. Like, I see y'all talking about me. But the things I got up, again, it's Konsu, I love you. I love the whole Team Osiris team. Everybody, and even you, Ankh. I still mess with you, Ankh. You my dude. You know what I'm saying? You my dude, Ankh. But I'm just being honest, man. We need to put all this out and then and start over anew. We need to burn this up in flames and bring the rain so we all can heal. Thank you, Shaka, for this, man.
Oh,
Because
you're
they need
welcome,
to hear
brother.
this. They need to hear
You,
this, bro.
mm. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I've had people attacking me. They're trying to censor you. I mean, like I said, I lost 7,000 subscribers in like a week or two,
I
and
told
then
my
you don't
girl
have a
about that today
voice,
too. That's
and
crazy.
they act like they crushed you and stuff like that, but really they did some foul activity. You know what I'm saying? But we have born FOG, brother. I hope you
Yeah.
have them receipts, brother.
Peace, bro. Peace,
Just
bro.
peace and power, Chief. Listen, I'm going through a lot of different videos, man, trying to pull all this information together. I got a question though. I got a question because y'all was talking about Metal Netta, right?
Yes.
And so like, I don't know, maybe like 15 years ago when I first started like really, really just picking up buds, dictionary and stuff like that. I got a book called The Hieroglyphics of Harapalo Neelis. And I just wanted to know what y'all think.
Oh, Horopolis.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's how you say it. I say
Yep, no, it's
Harapalo.
Horopolis. Yep, Horopolis. Yep, you had that joint. Bet.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and this went back. That's what earlier when we was having the discussion earlier, I wanted to ask about it because this was the 5th century. You know what I'm saying?
Bars. Why they keep talking about Champollion? Come
Napoleon.
on.
Yeah,
Fifth,
this
fifth
5th
century.
century.
That's 580, brothers and sisters. Keep going, brother Bone.
Exactly, 5th century. And what he did was they were so close to Egypt at that time that he was translating Greek. He was translating the Hieratic into Greek right then and there. I got the book right now. And it's just amazing. I'm listening to a lot of, and that's why I said, I follow Walter Williams historically, and I understood I understood where he was coming from with his argument. But still, as being someone who's a layman, I have to look at all of the information and see how it lines up. And I can see the correlation of the decipherment. I can see the history. I can see the timelines, the things that it went through. And so when people, as they say, when they start out with Champollion, I'm like, people really don't. And me, I'm a layman. I'm telling you, I'm a layman. But I've been around this community for I seen it when they was putting it together. I watch it fall apart. Watch them put it back together again right now. So I'm like, we really haven't researched well enough, as the brother was saying. We're stuck in a situation where we're building a ego center, where we're building a religion around blackness, building a religion around a thought of blackness. And this is what we're going on. And so a lot of the people are now our priests of information. they've become our priests and priestesses of information. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you say you're come out of Kemet, Hebrew, or anything like that. As long as you have this dogma where being scholarly really doesn't matter, as long as I'm the loud one in the pack. And that's where it's coming, and that's where it's coming to. And I think that, as the brother Chris said, seeing Shaka has me and some of my people for Feet on the Ground, and like Shaka, no, we had a radio show all the way back when Uncle was first doing Destruction of Black Civilization shows on Blog Talk Radio, when there wasn't nothing on YouTube. Everybody was just on their telephone. We were just all on the phone talking to each other.
Yeah, feet on the ground.
And so I followed, we brought our radio show off of Unks. This is what's really so strange to me. That's why I said we fell back, because we used to call in so much to Unk, and we were having good conversations, and we had a crew of brothers who we were like-minded sort of. And so we grew a radio show off of him. And our show was based on we're African first, second, and third. Wasn't no other place for nobody else. Where other place y'all got is wherever it's at. And now to see and some of the things that he says about Africa and the disparaging way that he speaks on Egypt and things of that nature is just, I'm glad to see Chris back.
Legal where I live at. Weed's legal where I live at. So y'all niggas smoking, don't say nothing. Don't say
well, it's legal in Connecticut too. So that's where I'm at. So it's legal here. So
Thank you, bro. This is
but it's good to see Chris back, because one of the things is we need people who have been around longer than 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Because I've watched some of the shows now, and I'm watching people, like when people were talking about Shaka was new. When I seen you when I seen you on Sabetta's show, I was like, yo, I sent the link to my brothers from Feet on the Ground, and I'm like, yo, listen to these people, like, yo, I got a new brother. I'm bringing the brother with the JJ was like, yeah, he new and he gonna tear y'all up. And I'm like, new? I'm like, Shaka been giving people that work for over a decade, man. This old work. We've been through this. That's why I can't believe that these conversations are going on. Like, we're still talking about Hebrews. We've destroyed this shit 10, 15 years ago. I'm talking about totally destroyed these things. And now they're back. So the thing that Chris is saying is that it's now become an economical funding thing. That's what it is. I respect Sarnetta because Sarnetta has a media cast. So he's doing media. But the things that are going on within the media are definitely diametrically opposite of the upliftment of the Black community. To me, they are. But let me pause 1 second. My lady want to say something to me, so y'all go ahead and build. Pause 1 second.
And please get those pictures of those Masons, please, if you have them. But feel free.
You said me. Oh, dude, I'm the worst person to talk about Freemasonry with. I would for everybody.
No, because some people might have not seen those pictures, but I've seen them because it was a video, but then the video was removed. But some of those brothers that we know, from different crews, different teams, different squads.
In the past, like I didn't believe like the white craft came from Africans. I have so much stuff, bro. Like I will blow y'all brains. Again, I have shit that like you can't even buy. You can't buy this stuff. I'm gonna tell you something, man. In the 4th degree of Freemasonry, all right, it's called Perfect Master. What you learn in that degree is that what you thought was God your whole life is actually the physical sun. I challenge any Scottish Rite Freemason to tell me I'm lying, because if I'm lying, I can pull up the actual text that we both have. In ancient Egypt, there was a term that was used for Africans. We were called Hemimet, children of the sun. I challenge anyone about that.
I think Osam Khan talked about that term.
Yeah. Oh, in this book I showed, let me say this real quick. For anybody talking a dumb shit about nature, bro, this is all hieratic, man. This is how they learn, man. Y'all got the game messed up, bro. Y'all be on some YouTube scholars, man. Stop playing, bro. Like some of my books cost like $900, $100. Come on, man. And from my heart, I'm trying to give this out free to the world, and y'all playing with these weak people that's lying to y'all. Come on, bro. Like, man. Honestly, I buy the books because I don't like to spend money on shoes and clothes. I don't care about that because I know when I die, I can't take it with me. But all my information, it's in here. This is going with me when I go to the stars. But I'm trying to give it to everybody. You know what I mean? And let's just be honest about life, man. Let's stop being fake, man. Everybody all ego and stuff. Stop twerking and let's start working, man. Come on. Come on, man.
Stop twerking and start working. I like that. I like that one.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
Chris, I think you know the feeling. You listen to these people, they get on those large platform, and then they start saying something stuff is not so accurate. Then they start saying pseudo stuff. And then you're thinking, well, okay, maybe somebody in the chat or somebody will call and refute the stuff.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't happen. And sometimes I'm like, I'm so irritated. I just stop listening to stuff because I'm like, I'm going to get worked up.
Yeah, because
And
you feel like you're
sometimes,
going fucking crazy.
yeah. And sometimes you have people who are called to challenge the stuff, but somehow, some way, the person would not really get the chance to speak. And then people might say, "Oh no, it's my show, it's my show. Oh no, that's his show, that's his show." That's it. I'm like, man,
Babylon.
no, he, he he's listening. He's
No,
listening.
I know he's listening, and honestly, I actually like him. Babylon, if you listen, I like you, dude, bro. We had a great conversation today. But
Because
me,
you
the
know,
way I talk, yeah, I'm
mhm.
sorry.
Because that's the issue of the meta nature being deciphered or not. And like you know, the brother online, born FOG, the reason why I stopped communicating with it on the ground is because I went twice on their radio broadcast. The first time everything was cool. The second time, there was a guy, I don't even know the guy's name, but he was asking me questions about the Rosetta Stone. He said, "Have you seen it?" I'm just like every time I was answering, he would ask me questions. The vibe wasn't good, you know. And at
Yeah.
one point, and I understood that his point was like, you know, he said, "What's the size of the Rosetta Stone?" And I was trying to tell him, okay, I don't know. Like in France, we use like centimeters and meters.
See. This is
Yeah,
my problem. Hold on. This is my problem with niggas. I'm gonna say niggas. All right. You got black. It's like Chris Rock had a show. So look, y'all don't get mad at me. All right. Refer back to Chris Rock's show in the 90s. All right. He had a DVD and he had a special. He said, you got black people and you got niggas. Okay. We are black people. Some of y'all is niggas. You know what I'm saying? And why the fuck you gonna ask somebody about the size of the Rosetta Stone when you can Google it yourself?
yeah,
There's thousands of pictures of it.
but the thing is that I understood that his point was like, okay, if it's that small, how is this thing going to help decipher the whole thing? But I was trying to tell him that in
They
France
use
we
the
don't
royal
use like
names.
come again.
They use the royal names. The cartouches
Yeah,
is what was
yeah,
the first spark.
before we got to that, I was just trying to tell him in France we don't use the inches and the feet. You know, we use meters
Oh,
and
it's different. It's
centimeters.
different. It's different. It's different.
Yes, and he will not never let me speak. And at one point, he's like, "Oh man, you just sound like a woman." And then I got off. I used profanity. Then I hung up. And
Yeah,
usually I don't use profanity. Yeah, were
no,
you there that day?
yeah, no, I was there. I was there. I host this show, and it was one of the co-hosts who was talking to you, brother. I believe I was brother Heru. I believe it was brother Heru, and he was asking about the size. And like you said, it wasn't because you couldn't Google the size, but it was like just wanting to understand it as if you were standing right there next to it, how did it look to you, the size and the width, the size of the characters and stuff like that? How, as comparative as a person standing right next to it? Because when you Google it, you can get the comparative size, but when you're talking to somebody who actually seen it, then you can get a different type of comparative on how it was. And it surely went off, and it definitely went off the rails. It definitely went off the rails because the contention was there because for the most part, we definitely respect Walter Williams' scholarship on history, and some of the things that
Yes,
he
we
said
do.
about the Metal Netta brothers was just really wanting to go through that information And some of the brothers sometimes be extra aggressive and kind of abrasive when they talk to each other. And that was when but me and brother me and brother Shaka, we didn't. I know if you hear the sound of my voice, me and him didn't have that type of contention on the on the line the first time that he came on, and me and him didn't have that contention the second time. It was him and the other brother, and as brother Shaka said, he hung up, and we just went on to another thing. And if you listen to our show, we didn't just come on and just be like, yo, fuck Shaka, we hate him. So, now we did. It was just that one. It was only that one point, because everything else we was in line with everything that Shaka said.
Yeah,
Period. Everybody on the show.
And all this was to say that now the brother is here. You see, so and that was like a decade ago, and then behind the scenes, man Kara sent me an email, and he was saying, okay, Walter Williams is gonna be on that platform. I don't know if he was feet on the ground. But he said, well, and I said, why
Yeah.
don't you just give him my phone number so we can talk. I don't need to go through the middleman. And he replied to me, oh man, you're so arrogant. I'm tired of that. Blah blah blah. Blah. And I just replied, hey man, it is what it is. You know me. You know what I'm saying? But just to say that I had two brothers who actually went at me just because of the claim of Walter Williams. So that's why when we talk about Babylon Don or anybody else that believes in the claim of Walter Williams, um, it's nothing new. And I think, brother Bourne, maybe you've heard some of the Blog Talk video where I had people calling about those claims of Walter Williams, and there was what that brother was saying, but this is a symbol. We don't know what it means. So I said, okay, what does the symbol A mean? And there was a long silence.
Yeah, listen, yo, that was when I was going to say that earlier when we were talking, but Chris came in and said the same thing. Like, yo, sometimes some things are beyond me, because
Bro, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. People forget something, yo. This is what I'm trying to say, man. A lot of y'all think y'all smart. You so smart, you dumb. So look, if you look at like classical Chinese writing, their meaning for tree, it's an actual goddamn tree.
Exactly.
What are y'all talking about, man? That's what I'm saying. We the only people in the world having this goddamn argument.
No, listen, Chris.
Yes,
when brother
in the world who have the argument. Go ahead, Bone.
No, when you brought up the Arabic alphabet, right? If you took one character, and just sit it on a wall, and you told a child, what is that? They would say, oh, that looks like a man running. Oh, that looks like, because it's built up to interpretation from what you perceive, and so if somebody, and that's why I'm like, oh, it could be a symbol. Yes, and everything is a symbol. But if you can't tell me that symbol doesn't have any type of iteration to it, any type of sound to it, you can't.
Well, remember what I said earlier. What people see, again, the Judeo-Christian world has hijacked the old world, okay, of the worship of the actual sun. I never seen a nigga named Jesus, but I see the sun every day, okay? All right? And that sun that I see, if you look at the same sun in water, you can actually see the sun's reflection in water. That sun walked on water. I ain't never seen a nigga walk on water. Okay?
Hold on, listen. Chris, we just had the winter solstice. We just seen the sun die and get reborn. Which Jabari tried to tell the dumbass Garbagefield, where Garbagefield was trying to box him into certain amount of fucking days instead of understanding how these days are shift and move on a calendar. Goofy ass goof. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry.
And no, let me say this too. We getting hype, man. Fuck this shit. Nah,
we just had hype.
Come on.
We just had this conversation though. We just were listening to brothers speak on the same thing about the sun, and then we failed to. It's like we failed to realize that it is what it is.
A lot of y'all people, y'all don't even realize, every element on the periodic table comes out of stardust, bro. You are the sun. Come on, y'all don't want this work, man. NASA wrote a book and said that. I don't think y'all niggas went to NASA anything dealing with NASA. Okay? And you know how you get the elements of the periodic table? They were actually taking photographs, and it took a long time, but they were noticing their like there were different spots that was off, so they was kind of calculating it, and they were noticing like, all right, bro, y'all need to stop playing. We're all the same person. I'm Shaka. Dude, we're all the same person, man. Real talk. I'm not talking no spooky shit, man. Like life is love and light, man. Y'all keep playing games with people, man.
Part this
And
out.
lying to people. Come
Part
on,
this up.
man.
On the
Let me
topic though.
digress. Let me
On the
digress.
topic of the show, right? I did want to express this on the topic of the show. I was listening to your show when you were on Sonetta, and I can specifically remember Garfield called into the show through his telephone to Sonetta, and he specifically told Sonetta that the mighty Hebrew had called him
Yes.
and told him that Shaka Ndugu
That's
Kemet
true. I heard that too.
was on Sonetta's show speaking ill of him.
Yes.
Now, I say this I only preface this because I listened to a clip that Shaka Ndugu Kemet played earlier,
Yes.
which denigrated anyone who would be associated with those who have child sexual deviant type of mind and activities.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wonder to myself how that video clip sound like it was way older than when Shaka Ndugu Kemet was on Sonetta.
Oh,
So
that was before. That was before. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It was before. It was before you were on that show. Am I correct?
It's like 4 months, maybe something like that.
Okay, so 4 months ago, it was you should be
Oh,
denigrated.
actually, I'm sorry, brother. That's when the scandal with Polite happened. When Tasha K talk about, that's when it happened, and he actually spoke about the Polite situation, and he said, "I don't know, I wasn't there. We'll see." But keep going, brother.
Okay, but
And when you finish, I'm gonna play the clip so people can hear it.
and so what we do know is that clip was previous to when he called into Sonetta's show.
Yes.
And so from what if I was to listen to that clip, I would think that Garfield would have no association at all with the mighty Hebrew, let alone him and the mighty Hebrew have a close enough connection that the mighty Hebrew has his personal cell phone number. I know no known pedophile, child molester, sexual deviant who has my telephone number. None of them. I don't know one who has my number and could call me with no problem. So I was very confused by that. So when you play that, I'm not understanding how does this happen. Can you explain to me how that happened, Brother Shaka? Because I'm confused.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. However, when I was inside of the studios, when one name was brought up, I said, "Well, Garfield said Sonetta." I said, "Oh no, we're not talking about that." I said, "Hey, I gotta respect. That's his life on the outside." But but for those who wonder what the clip is, and that's a very good point you made. Because you really went into specifics. They let's listen to people. It's less than 1 minute.
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
Well, actually, I was way off with the timing. It's not 4 months ago. It's a year ago. That video I uploaded it 1 year ago. What about the date? Okay, if I put show more, they might say the date. That was August 19, 2021. And the funny thing, and I'm gonna share the link with people so they can see it was really that old. People can see what's up. That's. I mean, the conscious community
Oh,
is very special. Now, hold on. I just really want to share that
no, it is very
with you.
special.
Yeah. So here, have it in the chat. That's the link to the video, right? Now, have a look, brothers and sisters, at the title. The title Is Zion Lex cool with a man guilty of sexual misconduct with a minor? And you know why I ask that question? Because if you look at this video, and I think I show it, there we go. That's Zion Lex. Zion Lex had the guy who allegedly was convicted twice for sexual misconduct with a minor recently on his platform. But the guys in Hebrews were like, but when Polite was accused for a strange reason, Zion Lex started making all these videos about Polite. Zion Lex even went on Tasha K, even had an interview with Tasha K. So like, what's going on? The hypocrisy, the double standard. And once again, we've heard. Oh, hold on. You see what Kinetic Energy wrote here? Real stuff. Garfield told me about MH. That's obviously stands for Mighty Hebrew. Sex crimes. I attempted to ring this up to community on Killer Priest broadcast 2 years ago. The people questioned my motive.
10
See?
years of shit. Yeah, come on, man. Y'all got me fucked up.
Oh, I've muted Chris because he's kind of having an argument. But Born, you're muted. Feel free to unmute yourself. Okay. Chris, I did mute you because I think you were kind of arguing a little bit, but feel free to unmute yourself, brother. You're muted, Chris. You're muted, Chris.
Oh, I apologize, guys. I was messing around in the house real quick.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
okay.
So I apologize for that.
Yeah, it
So,
sounded like you're having a.
but like I said, man, like, and us as a people, you know, let's just be honest with each other and really try to help each other. Like, let's not try to get over on each other. And you honestly do have, and please appreciate some of the work that we do because it's not easy to do. You know, it's taxing. It can be mentally overloading. Do you know what I mean? But we do it for you guys. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And all y'all out there lying about anyone out there dismantling disinformation, please come talk to me.
And Chris,
Please come talk to me.
mhm. Do you have a YouTube channel, Chris?
I do, but I've never done nothing on it. So
All right.
no, I don't have
And
a YouTube channel.
all right. Do you have maybe a Facebook or any social media at all where you upload
I have
regularly if people want
Facebook.
to contact you? Do you want to share the
Actually, if
link?
anyone, yeah, no. If anyone wants to contact me, my email is ChristopherDavis95
Well,
at gmail.com.
okay. Can you type it so that people can have it? Because so some people might want to contact you. And Born,
I've been
feel free
gone for
also.
10 years, so it says chat with anyone in the studio. Can I put it in there? Remember, y'all
That's it.
resurrected a dead body, bro. Like I said. So
Yeah. Do you mean private chat?
yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna send
yeah,
it to you. I know you'll see this if you can share this with
yeah.
people.
And then
So
I'll put it in the chat. And brother Born, feel free to share your social media as well.
Yeah, they can. I basically put out stuff when I'm doing stuff with the kids, man. I haven't really put out a lot of stuff. We got a dojo and a boxing gym that we work out with kids and stuff. That's the most of the stuff that I do. You mostly see, on my well, they just banned me from Facebook on one page. So
Mm.
I do got a page called A Self Born Freeman, and most of the things that you'll see up there is basically political information and me doing work in the community work, because that's what I do. I'm my part of being black first, second, and third and bringing Africa back is being African conscious in my community and knowing my common unity is the babies. So that's what I do. I work at working with the babies. You can check me on this on YouTube. I do got it's Born FOG or is Black Power Block. You can look that up on YouTube, and we got a page called Dynamic University where you can see our kids working out, some older videos of us working out and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um,
Do you want to share the links so I can put them in the chat? Now, Chris,
all right, I'll
do you
look
want me?
for them.
Yeah, Chris, I've sent
Yeah,
you an
yeah,
email. I've sent you an email. Do you want me to share your email to the
yeah.
public?
Share with the people
Yeah.
because
Okay. All
listen to
right.
me, with people.
Okay.
And I'm sorry to say this real quick. The money that I spend on all these books and everything that I do is not for me. It's for the people
Well, Chris, we I don't hear anymore. Do you hear Born? Do you hear Chris Born?
No.
Yeah, Chris, if you can hear me, your screen is frozen and we don't hear you. So feel free to leave and come back. So,
Yeah, I'll have
Born.
to, in order for me to get the links together, I'll have to leave and come back and put the link in. But
All right.
we do got a Feet on the Ground page on YouTube. If you look up Feet on the Ground, we got some of our old from some of our old radio shows. We posted some of them on Feet on the Ground. So they can go over there and check that out. If y'all want to listen to some Walter Williams talk about history and the origin of Christianity, we got him up there doing a series on the origin of Christianity. So we got that up there on our page. And couple of different things we got up there on the page.
All right. All right. Well, feel free, Born. You know what I'm saying? Anything you want to share, anything you want to get off your chest, you are welcome. The Pandora's box has been opened, so it is on now.
Yeah, it's been open. Now you know that was something that I really was. I'm just really curious about. Like like you said, I don't follow all the things that Brother Jabari does, but I'm just really just the past couple months I've been seeing that little movement against Jabari, and so it made me go back and look at anything that he's done over the past couple years, debating these guys, and it's really shown me that it seems like a remix of what they did to Sarasu and Seti. And I
Yes.
really rock with Seti, and I really hated the way that it it totally it destroyed my faith in what they was doing up there in New York. It made me look
Mhm.
at the concert community totally crazy because I was like, how can all these Kemetic brothers get together with Hebrews to go against our Kemetic brother who came out and he put Africa on his back. And I'm talking
Yeah.
about got thousands of us back looking at Africa in a strong way, looking at Kemet in a strong, positive way, knowing that it was ours. And they went against that. And I was like, yo, I can't believe that y'all would try to destroy him.
Mhm.
And watching it, and then like I just like pushed it away. It was like, all right. But then coming back seeing Jabari, then I could see the jealousy, the
Mhm.
ego. I could start really seeing what was going on because I seen the same things they were doing to Jabari, they were doing to Seti, but just in a different manner because
Yeah.
they talk differently. They come a
Yeah.
little bit differently. So they came out different, but it was the same ego where the people like Jabari, like Brother Chris say, he liked Jabari, even though he don't like Jabari. That means that he's giving off because Jabari's giving off something genuine.
And Chief
That
X
the,
said the same thing. Chief X doesn't agree with the what Jabari teaches, but he says as an individual, he likes him. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So you can so you can listen to him, so you can have dialogue, and that's what they don't like. The genuineness in these guys, having the people love them because they have a natural love for themselves and that love for Africa that they have that they can't, that's not shakable.
Hmm.
That's what I think they don't like.
Yeah.
Because Reggie is one of the worst, man. He one of the worst to me, man. He one of the worst because to walk with Dr. Ben, to have been there carrying the bags of Dr. Clark at their feet and to work with a Hebrew to go against your brother who you and then try to disparage him. Well, he wasn't really with Dr. Ben and just try to do every manner of
Everything.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, of evil to the one who was bringing. I'm talking about people didn't know who Dr. Ben was. People did not know who Dr. Ben was. Said he bought, yo, man, said he put light on Dr. Ben like it was, yo, listen, man.
And the brother Born is talking about, like what we call the conscious community at its inception back then online. Scholars knew Dr. Ben, of course.
but the people were not that familiar. I mean,
Yeah,
see, the thing you're talking about, brother Bone. A lot of people now they haven't followed that. They were not online. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And when we think about the fact that we've been doing this over a decade ago.
and like I
Some
used to
people
go
are,
there.
yeah, some people are in their 20s now, so it means they were 10 years old. So a 10-year-old, you ain't gonna watch but go
Yeah,
ahead,
they
brother
don't
Bone.
know. And that's why I think that is good that some people have to come back because they don't know. They don't know. They infants inside of this. Because I was at the debates 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I was there. I was there with Nazi Yajavel. I was at polite debate. You know what I'm saying? I was there when Natural Tahuti debated Ali Muhammad.
Oh yeah, Ali
You know,
Muhammad.
no, I was there. So I live in Connecticut. I'm right hop, skipping a jump to New York. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? I've been back and forth on Harlem when Sonetta didn't have a studio when he really was just outside on his grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I respect Sonetta. Me and Sonetta, I done had different feelings about how he rocked, but I see over time, the older I get, is that he has to have a media. If he
Mm-hmm.
didn't have his media venue like it is, a lot of this stuff would be lost anyway. Even the trivial arguments would be lost. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And some of these trivial arguments at least keep us connected with some type of information to come back to. You know what I mean? Even though I don't like it, but sometimes, you still need to have a medium where these voices can come into. And he allows all voices in, good or bad, hey, but it's still a venue that you have to have. So I definitely like that. You know what I mean? Um, I just, but really though, man, that's the real one thing that I really didn't like how this thing went down. As I said, man, I watched it come together. I've been in the back rooms, like brother Chris was saying. I've I've been pulled into backroom sessions in Google chats where brothers was discussing how they would work together to try. I'm talking about WWE, straight WWF madness, talking to each other with
Crazy, bro.
cats that I didn't even know. I thought didn't like each other, and all of a sudden I'm brought in. I'm like, oh shit, hold up, wait, y'all fucking playing? I'm like, yo, word to who y'all playing? And so that's why we created Feet on the Ground Slaughterhouse Saturday. We was like, yo, we coming at anybody,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, anybody can
Hey,
get it.
let me say this
Because
real quick too, and
go
I
ahead.
apologize to the people. Wujahu was doing his metal netter magic. That's why I fell out of the line. I got to use my phone now. But a lot of these people, like you can't take them serious. You know what I mean? They don't care about you. You know what I mean? And like I said, like take my email. I have many expensive books. I really do this. I love it. I love information, and I'm willing to share it like with everybody. You know what I mean? Like genuinely. You know. Like take care of us. We'll take care of you. You know.
Yes. Oh, you have a cash out, brother?
Uh, I
Not
do,
really.
but I can't remember it off the dome. I'm trying to think about it.
Oh,
I do. I do. I do.
well, if you remember it, feel free to share it, so I can put it in. Now,
Yeah. Yeah. Let me look
Boom,
up
we
for it.
lost you, but feel free to come back, brother Boom. I mean, dang. I mean, we had a period. Oh, there you go, Boom. Brother Boom, if you have a cash app, feel free to share it. There was a era like the riparian nights. A Kemet means riparian land, riparian zone, and luckily for us, Smash had the time. you know,
Yeah.
he
Yeah. To
had the
do the
time
work.
to go through all the sources, but the nerves of these people also going against all academia, all Egyptology, and
But if you notice,
disrespecting
Shaka,
people.
this is what it really
Yes.
is. As an African American, I can say this. If you hate it, it doesn't matter. It's the truth. They're taking being the black Christian pastor who's nothing really but a pimp and pressing Egypt on top of it. You know what I mean? Or pressing Hebrew, pressing anything on it. These are just naturally dishonest people.
Hmm. Man. And they will
It's
disrespect.
psycho. I don't, and sometimes like it's so psychologically embedded in us. We don't even. It's crazy because, like I said, we need to wake up and look at how the whole world looks at us. And the
But that
whole world knows what we did for the world, so I don't know.
and we can do
This is
better. We
crazy.
can do better. We can really like the problem is that some people don't know, but you have some people who are willingly lying. They are lying on purpose. It's not like they're just making a
Yeah, that's the
mistake.
crazy shit
And
to
and
me.
and and, and when you call them up on their lies, they're just freestyle and what I'm saying, try to make you look bad, try to act like you're looking for trouble. All you want is just to bring the accurate information. And then they can be very vicious. I mean, Reggie stated, and I told him, no, don't be vicious, Elder. You better than that. He was talking about Jabari and say, oh, if Jabari wants to use that for his thesis, whatever, for his doctorate, I can call the school. And I stopped it straight away because I didn't even want him to start saying, but I'm like, man, you went against SETI, having to be Hebrews. You've been saying those stuff about Jabari, and now even to the point where, like,
Did you know what I believe the real Jabari situation is with Reggie? There's a
everybody
bit of
said what it is.
ego.
It's
There's a bit of
jealousy.
ego
It's obvious.
involved in it. But what I believe is that I have the same thing. Like, all right, Jabari, I have no problem with you, but I get it. Like, you have your shrine in my art. Like, how do you know what to do? What you do? But it doesn't matter. It's the intention. You know. And a lot of these people, man, like you guys got to stop this shit. Like when you guys say spiritual, it really means psychology. You know, the subconscious mind. Like we got to stop playing games. Like you got to stop separating science from spirituality.
True. Well,
You know,
the
like
part
that's
of
like you know what I mean. Scientific illumination. What we need.
part of self to add on. Hey, Chris, check this out. I want you to think back when you just said something, right? And it just sparked my interest. But you think back, man. Like right now we cutting our teeth on the ills that we've seen. But
Facts.
this is what how I see what happened. There was a gap. See, they moved SETI out, and during this time, Reggie was supposed to be the new comedic, like the top dog. He was supposed to be the one. Jean Jacket Reggie was the one who was supposed to come in, know the meta netter. You know what I'm saying? Know it and been had the real connection. Quote unquote, had the real
But he's
connection
a
with the
poor
elders.
speaker though,
Now
and we
I'm
all
just
know
saying.
SETI's off the chain.
Now, but I'm just saying this is how they felt like it was going to me. This is how they felt like it was going to work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Armored Raw Squad also need to set it out of the way. You feel me? Also, well, I ain't gonna say the Armored Raw Squad. I'm gonna say that I feel like Unc and them didn't like how SETI had the people. That SETI garnered the people. Period, man. The people loved them. Period.
Yo, SETI
You know
was
what I'm
that
saying?
dude, bro,
Yeah,
by
by
himself.
himself,
He
by
was
Crushing
powerful.
himself,
everybody. And
every
you know what?
fucking
I
thing.
come with that same old school SETI energy. Anybody can get
Yeah,
it, bro.
you
Get
you
that work.
feel me? And that's where. And so listen, right? He moved out the way. Just you know what I'm saying. Do the knowledge to my wisdom. They moved him out the way, and Reggie was supposed to be the man, and he wasn't. And Jabari, people had seen Jabari, but when Sarnetta let Jabari come on, and he started to really dismantle people's process of thinking because he didn't deal with logical fallacies while he debated. This is one thing Jabari doesn't do. He doesn't deal with logical fallacies. He makes sure that he debates properly and he's scholastic as possible in his debate. And when you got a group of people like us in the community who really want to hear scholars, that's what we want to hear. We love SETI Energy because he brought it to us and he had a lot of scholastic information in there. He would cite a lot of different things. He was on point. And that's what we love. We love that energy. And Jabari gave it back to us without the cussing, with a whole nother frame, but it was the same. It was the same up on y'all neck. I ain't letting none of y'all slide. I'm cutting your throat, but I'm cutting it nice because y'all didn't like how it was getting cut before. You didn't like us with a savage blade. Now I'm gonna cut you with the razor blade. Because SETI came with a
Hey,
big,
yo, that's bars,
SETI
bro.
had the
That's
machete.
facts. That's
You feel me?
facts.
Yeah,
SETI had a machete and they didn't like that. But
yeah,
Jabari cut him with a razor blade and they don't like that either. They don't
yeah.
like that either,
Because
man.
they're still
And
bleeding either way.
yup, and they still and that don't go for like Rob Bourne and them. They got a different thing with Jabari. But I'm just talking about that inner circle that y'all had to see that was here about 7, 8 years ago. Y'all had to see him when they pushed him out. You had to see that inner circle. And that's where Reggie, I think Reggie don't like that about Jabari. He don't like that. He was supposed to be the man. He was supposed to be the one. And Jabari came in and took that whole field. He the Floyd Mayweather. They hate that. They hate that name, period.
Yeah.
They want to be the Floyd Mayweather. Like you said, it's about ego. I'm not the one. How am I not the one? And Jabari don't even want to be the one. He just is. He ain't even trying to be the one. I just see him. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? And that's what they don't like. The light don't shine on you. It shines from within. So that's what them brothers need to start realizing, man. Let the light shine from within. Y'all take that malice out of your heart when you're dealing with people, and then maybe people will accept you better. You know what I mean? Brother Reggie, I'm going to tell you what I did the other day. While Reggie was screaming about you, Reggie talking slick, and they was like, yo, about the cash outs. I put inside the chat room, I put in Jabari cash out, and niggas blocked me. They timed me out for putting in Jabari cash out. So what I did was I donated to Jabari right then and there. And then when Reggie said something about the cash app again, I donated to Jabari again. And when they said something about it, I donated to Jabari again. What the hell wrong with y'all? This is what I'm going to do, because I'm going to give it to one who's sincere about what they got going on, man. And that's what I do in my. And so that's why I said I stepped away. And like Chris, I got a lot of energy and fire because I stepped away and I watched this shit. I watched it. Like I said, I watched them put it together. Watched them take it apart.
I'm tired of it. I'm sorry. I'll put it this way. Anybody that's new to what allegedly is the conscious community, bro, this is a joke. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick, man. That's just like, we got to do better. We got to do better, bro. Think about this. I'm going to tell y'all something serious, right? Why every week on certain conscious community platforms, right, they're debating the same argument. Like, what are y'all doing? And they be on there for like 9 hours. Like, what are y'all doing with your life, bro? Like, real talk, man. Like, I'm like, for real. I know I got kids and they got to have a roof over their head. People need to eat. What are y'all really doing, bro? Like, it's weird. Real talk, man. Somebody got to say it, man. And again, anybody know this? Got a problem? Jump on here, hit me up, but y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want the work. I'm that dude. Again, y'all resurrected a monster, man. I left for a minute. And don't think I'm new to this, man. I've been here. Y'all got me messed up.
You said, man, a lot of people fell back and they just went to work, because what the thing was with what we call the conscious community, what I thought it was, and what a lot of people came into, we found that it's about putting in the work in your community, making your community better, learning whatever information you can, bringing it back to your community. So a lot of people fell off of the YouTube and just fell into their community. You know what I mean? Like what you did, you fell into, I got a family, I'm going to do my study, I rock with my family, I'm going to work, and when I be able to teach somebody, I teach them. But we realized that was the real goal. But then but now in that time, though, we see that we have the youth come up, and we have people who weren't aware of what was going on, and they're getting sucked into what we know was a cult type of feel. Because I've been in the Nation of Islam. I have my letter from the Nation of Islam. I got my letter. I'm talking about, I wrote my whole shit out and everything, as I'm a real brother of the Nation of Islam. And so I know about being in a cult. You know what I mean?
Bro, what's crazy to me is like, dude, one moment, and I'm sorry, because you sparked something, so I apologize.
That's good.
Go. Dudes will jump out the corner, all right, I'm a 5%, right? Then next year they're a Hebrew Israelite, right? Then all of a sudden these dudes is Egypt, right? Then all of a sudden these dudes is atheists, right? Yo, y'all gotta stop being crazy, bro. Like, it don't matter what you are, man. Y'all are bugging. Be what you feel, but just be a good person. Come on, man. I know y'all dudes for real, man. I can call all y'all out. Come on, man. Y'all dudes went from being Egypt and trying to connect Egypt to science, and then all of a sudden, like, everybody like Sufis. Stop playing, bro.
The one thing I say is that brothers got to stay strong. Brothers got to stay strong in being African. That's the one thing that I stay strong in.
Facts.
Like, I got photos. I got photos of me, Nation of God's and Earth flag on, but I got my red, black, and green motherfucking wristband, headbands on. I stay African first always. You know what I'm saying? No matter what journey I was on, I knew I was
Hell yeah.
always an African on my journey. You know what I mean? So it's so I'm studying and I see where y'all get this from. And so now there's only one thing for me to connect this to. And if we're gonna deal with some listen, this is why Kemet is so great. Egypt, Kemet, whatever you want to call it, is so great, is that we can see science at a level that we can't fathom today. So if they could become so technologically advanced with what they were doing, that means that the ideas and concepts that they were living through was something that we need to strive for today. Because right now we're not living in that type of civilization. This civilization is definitely worse because we cannot even fathom how to construct the civilization that once was.
Mm-hmm.
So we've
Bars, let me
shown our
say something.
downfall. Go,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
interject. So
bro.
look, let's dead this. All y'all goofy dudes who try to say how the pyramids were built, right? Shut up. About to show y'all. Bars. So look, yes, they were built by African people. Okay, there were no extraterrestrials involved. There was no vibrational levitations. I don't even know where y'all got that shit from. But so there are these Egyptological how would I like to say, like, journals that they put out, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they discuss like the latest findings in Egyptian technology and things like that, right? So I'm going to show you guys a picture because everyone would like to think like how did they move those big stones and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using my phone, so I do apologize. So because my computer's acting crazy. Hold on. I got to get it right. These
Oh
are
yeah,
wooden
yeah,
wheels.
I've seen that on some documentary.
Yeah. So they would use those to move the stones up internal ramps, not from the outside. And like I said, like, you guys can hit me up and I can go deeper into it. Like, that's not the time for this discussion. But like I said, you guys got to stop listening like to a lot of the BS that people are throwing out there. And I digress. I'm gonna be quiet for a long time.
Keep going, boom.
No, that's what I'm listening. I'm sitting here listening, man. But hey, another thing, man, stop telling people that we didn't come from Africa too, man. Stop telling people that. Um, my people, my mother people is Fulani, right? So I don't know how Fulani's got here, but somehow Fulani's is over here. You know what I mean? And I have some of their DNA in my blood. All right. My father people is from what you call Somerset Plantation. You know what I mean? And they got the records of the boats. And I'm trying to figure out why would they have records of the boats and the slaves that they brought, and I ain't gonna say slaves, but the POWs that they had. Why would they record this of this specific little plantation out in North Carolina, Somerset Plantation? Why would they have that if it was just who wastes his time to create fictitious documents like this? You know what I mean? Now we know what pseudepigrapha is, but this is not pseudepigrapha because it's from that day. See, pseudepigrapha is some stuff that I make today and I try to attribute to back then. But if I have the log from then, how am I don't understand that. But I know that my people came from um my father people came from Somerset Plantation, and his great grandfather came from the coast of Guinea. And Guinea is in Africa. And his name was Guinea Jock. You know what I'm saying? Really, they call him Guinea Jack, but because Guinea was really taken over by the French, it was Jock. You know what I mean? But when he got here to America, it was Jack. So I just wanted to say that is that I don't know. Maybe I might be part of the as Dave Calloway said, maybe I might be part of the 2% who came over here from Africa. Because 98% of us from already here. Maybe I'm part of that little 2%, that sliver. And I don't know how, with numbers like that, I don't know how my mother and father both was part of the sliver also. You know what I mean? And met each other. Two people from two different parts of Africa met each other, and they both was from the boats, and the slivers got together. So I'm part of that rare 2% Africans who came over here. But I just wanted to state that please please stop because it's disingenuous and it's a disrespect to my family that I know how we came here. We have the records. I've been on the plantation. Maybe some people haven't gone and researched that far to see what happened. You know what I mean? I know where my father people landed at and were enslaved.
And for those who don't know, because once again, some people are in their 20s now listening to us. And over 10 years ago, we had those Moors. And even during the Alim Bey versus Seti debate, South Seti versus Alim Bey, it should be online. At
Yes.
one point, Alim Bey was started talking about figures about how many slaves were brought to the Americas, and then the crowd, like was very loud. So Sutek had to come and say, "Look, if you disagree, write it down, and then questions and answers, you can pick it up." And there's a name that Brother Bourne mentioned, and I don't know if he's a temple more, but he's the same kind of talk. People claiming that black people are indigenous to America, claiming that
Hey,
there's
would
a
you guys like to know
transatlantic
where the
slave
Moors
trade.
come from later?
Well, yeah, of course, feel free.
Hey, guess
So they
what? I
claim
got
that.
another book.
Mhm,
Guys. I'm
mhm.
having fun tonight, yo. This is like Christmas. I'm Santa Claus to y'all niggas.
Oh, well, go ahead, brother Shaka. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep
some people
talking. I'll
claim
pull it up
some
when
people.
you're done talking, Shaka. I'll do my thing.
Yeah, okay. Some people claim that the transatlantic slave trade did not take place, or that it took place, but the numbers were exaggerated. And I mean, it's just. And some people have that very smart talking point, like, okay, show me the boats that brought us here. But when we tell them, show us the boats that brought the Europeans here, they cannot do that either. You know, I mean, it's made of wood. It's gonna decay at some point. They're gonna eventually probably use some of it. And there's a brother. He was real cool and respectful, and he came with those arguments. Now there's
No,
another guy. He's known as a HC. He never wants to show his webcam, but he believes in that, and he's making. I haven't checked his channel in a while, but I know he made a few live streams about me, dissing me and all that. I didn't even listen to it. I probably scrolled through one or two of them, but it comes to the territory, and young brothers and sisters, that comes to the territory. You can never make everybody happy. Some people will disagree with you. Some will be cordial and diplomatic. Others will straight diss you and insult you, with profanity. Some people will actually end up hating you. I
yo,
mean, really, the hate is real. Sanella used to say, hating is a disease.
here we
And
go.
we've seen this. So many names that was said during this live stream, and many of you have not seen. You know, the hate is real. It's real. I mean,
Hey, brother, you said something though about the slave boats, and people ask, well, where are they at? I'm looking for a book. I'm looking for one of my books right now. I'm over here looking through my little library, but from what I've read, a lot of those boats were recommissioned for other purposes, and
mhm,
because once it became illegal in America, people were dumping slaves, and they still had the Jews still needed cargo, and so he would just repurpose the slave boat for other cargo. It wasn't like it was a reason for me to totally decommission the boat just because it can't hold this cargo anymore. It's just going to hold, now it holds bananas, now it holds sugar instead, now it holds molasses instead, now it holds the different these different commodities that were still being shipped back and forth from the Americas to Europe, to through this triangle. You know what I
and
mean?
they
So
and they
that
might
was. Go
and they
ahead.
might have changed some names in the process as well. But feel free to continue.
Exactly. No, that's also what happened because, like you said, a lot of these boats were already logged as slave ships. So what they had to do was change the name and just recommission the boat for a different purpose. You know what I mean? So this was something that was just easily done, something that any businessman at this time would just do. There's no reason. What do you mean? What are we gonna do with the boats? We're gonna keep using them. You think we could use them until they fall apart, like wooden boats did at that time?
hmm And you see, Brother Chris is showing a book, and you could see. Now I don't know the acronym,
Oh yeah, I'm about to
the
crush
full
all
name.
y'all, bro. Yo,
Yeah, the
any of
ancient
y'all that call you guys,
order of the
no,
mystic shrine.
yo,
And
yeah, look,
Chris, did you see my video, Deception of Asiatic Black Men?
No, I don't think I did. But
Well,
I'm
it's in
gonna
the
go. I'm gonna
description
watch it
of my
after this.
video if you have time. Yeah, but a lot of
No,
people don't know that the Asiatic black man,
I love
the
all your
Moors
stuff.
and Nation of Islam, yeah, that derives from the Shriners, that they derives from Freemasonry because
Yeah.
the
Oh, you know
Shriners
what's so
are
funny?
Masons.
Remember
Feel
the
free,
guy
brother.
that was the Moor that used to be a part of the Amun Ra squad?
Yeah.
Oh, we debated him and demolished all that. That footage
Mm.
should be out there somewhere. I
And
came
you
with
know,
receipts, bro. I'm serious,
just hold
man. I'm
on,
not playing with y'all, man.
just so that people can have an idea. I want you to listen to this. I mean, when that guy ultimately lied live on air to defend his doctrine, that's when I mean they started flagging me, flagging my accounts and all that. So listen to the
Oh, that's
exchange. It's
what
only
they
one
do.
minute 30. Yeah, listen to the exchange here.
Okay. So those lessons.
What is
so
your
in the
nationality, brother Ish?
I'm a Moor, brother. I'm a Moor. You know, I'm also Muskogee Creek.
Do you have a
Moor.
passport?
Yes.
What is written in the nationality field in your passport?
Oh, I'm a U.S. citizen.
But what is written in the nationality field of your passport?
My census is a Moor.
You're telling me it says more in your passport in the nationality field?
Yeah, I'm a Moor.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, in your passport, there's a nationality field. What is written in that field?
I'm a Moor, brother.
Yes, brother Ishmael, you know very well that's not the question I'm asking you. In your passport, because you said you have a passport, there's a nationality field. Now, what is written in the nationality field?
Moor.
You're telling me that more is written in the nationality field of your passport?
Absolutely, brother.
Can you show and prove that?
If I have to, absolutely, brother.
And you have a lot of people like that who lie. They know they're lying. Instead of saying, okay, I lied, or it wasn't accurate, or it wasn't true, they're going to hate you and try to bring you down at all costs. And that's one of the
Bro,
greatest lies that was ever told. Yes, feel free, brother.
these people are weirdos, man. So look, I'm gonna show y'all something, yo. You got to remember something. The African black man, we weren't even allowed to read. You couldn't read. The black people that could read, a lot of them became Freemasons. So this is why I'm about to chop all y'all shit up. Bars. And a lot of y'all can't afford this book either. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just gonna put it out. And the ones that are really do love information, I will freely give you every page in this book. All right. But this book speaks from the Shriners, all right? So it's called The History of the Shrine, Ancient Egyptian Arabic Order, Nobles of the Mystic Shrine Incorporated, Prince Hall affiliated, Pillar of Black Society, right? So then on top of that, so like I'm gonna show you guys, so I'm not just making stuff up. I have the actual working manual of Prince Hall Freemasonry. I actually have all the Scottish Rite degrees too. I can show you guys. So I wouldn't lie to y'all. So basically, so what I'm saying is that we were not no damn Muslims. Okay. This is stuff that came later. It's like the whole black Hebrew Israelite movement. Like, we got to stop playing around, you know? And again, like, if a certain religion fits you and it makes you a better person, because all life is about is being a better person and striving to be more aware, you know, as consciousness as you go on, you know? But yo, we gotta stop playing, bro. Like this whole Shriner stuff, man. Yo, this is all white people stuff, man. And white people won't even tell you, yo. Like these people are really Muslims because to even be in the shrine and even upper in the Scottish Rite degrees, you have to take your Shahada. La ilaha illallah, Shadnama La ilaha illallah, Shadnama. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Ashhadu la ilaha illallah wa Muhammad Rasulullah. I bear witness
Thank
that
you.
there's no God but
Yup.
Allah and Muhammad is his messenger.
Yep.
The Shahada.
And look, I took my Shahada when I was 19. I was on that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it helped me to get to where I needed to get, you know what I mean? But we got to stop playing as people. Be what you want to be, but we got to stop. Why do we hate on ourselves so much?
Well, you know, I like that question. And I want brothers and sisters to listen to someone who is sometimes described as the Black Pope, someone that nearly all the conscious community revere, respect,
appreciate and support financially, emotionally, and what have you. And this is the greatest self-hate teaching that I have ever heard in my life.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair, because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you so busy frying it. That's why you so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight. Yes, sir. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
Hey, yo, what the fuck was that nigga talking about, bro? Yo, I'm sorry, Professor.
That's Elijah Muhammad's teachings. I love
Nah, listen, that's what I'm trying to say, bro. These people are weird, man. It's like, I mean, come on. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Let me say it real quick. I'm gonna let y'all talk. Again, bro, this is nothing but a Christian pastor dressed in Islam. Come on, man, it's a scam. These are pimps that use religion to pimp. I'm giving y'all the game. Come on, man. Oh, man, it took. I wanted to turn my phone off, but I had to listen to the whole thing. That's crazy.
Listen, right? I'm gonna tell you, right? I was in the Nation of Gods and Earth, right? And
facts.
I joined the Nation of Islam not because I really wanted to be in Islam, but because I was wild and I needed something to like give me some type of structure. And,
hell yeah.
And the Nation of Islam has structure. I really didn't care. You know, I dealt with the teachers and understandings, you know what I mean? But it really was the structure that I needed to be able to just move more like a man and not like a street motherfucking criminal. This shit, like, you know what I mean? And so that's what I used it for. But I didn't hear that. I've heard the story of the tribe of Shabazz, but I had never heard Farrakhan and say exactly that right there until after I had got out. And I was like, yo, this is some of the most craziest. This is,
Dude, that
yo,
shit
I
was
brought
so,
that to
dude,
other
that's self,
brothers because it's some of the
bro,
most
it's
craziest mess
self-hate.
I've ever seen in my life, ever
Bro,
heard,
that's
ever.
self-hate.
Yo,
That's self-hate.
man. Yo, you heard
Like
him?
I
He
said,
said disfigurement. He called
bro,
being African looking dead a disfigurement.
And when I uploaded this
More fire.
um, years ago, actually, that was supposed to be my intro for the debate with Wesley Mohammed because a lot of people don't know that Dr. Wesley Mohammed challenged me publicly to debate. So, right from the intro, it would have been quite difficult. Now, Mukasa Africa used it for his intro when he debated Wesley Mohammed. But when I uploaded it years ago, the internet went crazy. The video was having 1,000 views a day. I mean, now it might not be a lot, but 10 years ago, 1,000 views a day, it was a lot. And after 4 days, 4,000 views, the Final Call Inc. made a copyright claim for that 3 minute video. Now, for the people who don't know what the Final Call is, that's an official newspaper of the Nation of Islam. That's what they say on the street, the Final Call. So some people had downloaded it then, so they have re-uploaded it and stuff like that. But they realize there's so many people who have uploaded that stuff, so it's like there's no point flagging it all the time. They're gonna spend their life doing that. But this is indeed the teachings of the Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad thought that stuff, not exactly the same way Farrakhan said it, but it is in the literature. So. But the conscious community, they're cool with that. But then they're gonna call people who follow Kemet and Ma'at Egyptomaniacs and act like that's the worst thing ever. You know what I'm saying? And you can ask Boone, who's been saying that Kemet is dead for over 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But he's not gonna criticize that because these are 5%ers, and the 5%ers are an offshoot of the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying?
but how can you call yourself Ra born when Ra is an Egyptian term or Ray? Again, interjection of Egyptian speak. You know what I mean? However you want to put it, Ray or Ra. How do you
Yeah,
have these names?
yeah. Yo,
He
you could
might
go
say
back
Come
that's
and
on,
not
look at.
bro.
he might say
Come
that's
on,
not
bro.
Ra the
Like, let's stop
deity.
capping. Like, let's be real.
Not,
He
yo,
might
listen.
he might say that's something else.
As somebody who came out of the nation, guys, you can go look at my YouTube page. I made a video probably 12 years ago, 13 longer than that. I don't even know how long ago. It was a long time ago. I made a video though called "The Black Man Was God" way before Farad. You know what I'm saying? Because coming up out of that school, I had to let people know that when you say no, listen, man, I don't rock with that. Ain't no way I'm not rocking with that because the information is clear that we well beyond any type of Islam or anything like that. We well beyond that. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? And so
Islam ain't even real, bro. Like, they made up the
yo,
Quran in the 1920s.
you
They
already
made up
know.
the
You
Quran in
know
the
we on that. You
1920s.
know we on that. But I'm going by the Islam how we say it in the nation of God's earth. Our self
I
Lord
know
and
what you mean,
Master.
God.
We use it
I know what you
all
mean,
as
God.
acronyms. But and that's what I just wanted to understand that we beyond the Asiatic. We beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I understand how we utilize that language for the time being, but some things we only utilize for the time being, and you got to let it go. You can't hold on to those things because I understand why Elijah Muhammad. I can understand why Elijah Muhammad wanted to utilize some of the things he did to take black people up out of what they were going through. But I know that all those things run their course because if it's not true, it's gonna die anyway. You know what I mean? And so over time, those things have died. And so just hearing, man, it's almost heartbreaking. But then it brings me back to hearing Farrakhan say that to why they are now interlinked with Scientology.
Hmm.
So
But remember what I
these
said?
things
Remember
full
what I
circle.
said earlier, God, if you was listening, because we've been on here for a minute. Remember how I was saying is like, all right, we got to stop playing games. So for me, like Elijah Muhammad and his time period with that information, he did his job, bro.
Yup.
We're supposed to update it. We're supposed to update it with new information. He ain't do nothing wrong as a man. I see a person that unified black people that were broken, drunks, prostitutes. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Well,
it's like now it's like
they
it's
kill
all
they kill
scam.
Malcolm X though. That's
You-
If we can say there's one thing they did wrong, that's that. To
Yeah,
hide
yeah,
the
no,
yeah,
they
fact,
did, yeah, and I agree,
to
they did
hide the
Malcolm
yes, they
wrong.
fact
did Malcolm
that
wrong.
those women who were impregnated by Elijah Muhammad were not his wives. And you have somebody like Dr. Wesley Muhammad, PhD. Now,
Thank you.
first of all, if you don't know Wesley Muhammad, when he had his PhD, this is what he said. So he went to school and earned a PhD to say this.
The will be, that will be in book. Wrote Kemet God. If you want to get off sensitive
Come on, go ahead.
about blacks conquering blacks, throw Maya in the trash can, throw Alvin Rock, the slave nation God away.
When I spoke to Wesley Muhammad on the phone because we were
Yo,
supposed to
I was
debate.
there.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
there at that debate. I went to that debate too.
No, this one was not a debate. It was just a presentation.
No,
It was
hold
a
up.
lecture.
That's where. Well, he was at. Where the fuck was he
I think
at?
that's the National
He,
Black Theater. I think,
yep,
but
that's where he
that,
was at. Yep,
yeah,
he was at the. Yeah, well,
yeah,
well, it wasn't. I was there though. I was there when he did that because he had all the NOI on his. But I was there though. I was there at the National Black Theater. It might not have been a debate, but I know I was
yeah,
there
yeah,
at that
yeah. Because
that
I have the
exact
full,
show.
I have the full lecture. But I mean, when I heard him say that, I lost my mind. I was like, it's on, and I went at him so much that he ended up challenging me to a debate. You know what I'm saying? But when I spoke to him on the phone, he was like, oh no, no, that's not really what I said. What I said, I said, but yeah, but I have it. I have you on tape. And he said, oh, but I made that lecture several times, so you know what I'm saying, I did. Some other time I articulated. I was, this is some bunch of BS. But anyway, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, I forgot the name of the brother who has an account. He invited Khalila Ali, Muhammad Ali's. I think she was his second wife, but a former wife of the boxing legend Muhammad Ali. Khalila Ali said those women are not his wives. You know, she even
Oh
used a
yeah,
term that's profanity. They were his, and then she used a word that starts with an H. She's the one who said that Fa Muhammad is that guy, Muhammad Abdullah, you know what I'm saying? And he told her that he was from Karachi, Pakistan, which is in agreement with what Carl Evans has hinted to. Carl Evans in the book, The Messenger, The Rise and Fall of Elijah Muhammad, which is in agreement to the great work of Paul Guthrie. I don't even know if Paul Guthrie is still with us, but Paul Guthrie made a very nice series. It's
oh
available
yeah.
online. It's called Get on Board the Wheel. There's,
Will,
I
yup,
think, four parts, but if you just watch part one, that kind of destroy most of the myth of the NOI. Wesley
yo,
Muhammad wanted to debate him as well. Every time you hear Wesley Muhammad saying, "Oh, that guy is wrong, he's a fraud or whatever," listen to that guy. And Zach Kondo, guess who went at Zach Kondo? Wesley Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? So Wesley Muhammad was talking to a brother, I forgot his name, but he's the one who interviewed Khalila Ali. And at one point he said, oh, he said wives, talking about Malcolm X. They're trying to make people think that they were his wives. And there's a very famous lecture, Malcolm X, 28 years later, what happened. But many of you might have seen the actual part where Farrakhan calls the wives on stage and they speak and they say, "Oh, Elijah Muhammad, there's nothing wrong with him. He was respectful, blah blah blah." One of them said, "I'm sorry to say this, but Malcolm died lost and a hypocrite." Now, amongst those women, you have those who filed a paternity suit against Elijah Muhammad.
That's true.
And in the newspaper of the Nation of Islam, I think it was September 11, 1964. But I have it on my website. It's at the bottom of the page. You have Nation of Islam teaching of Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, Pa Muhammad, and then you scroll down, you will see it. Or you might have to click on teachings of Elijah Muhammad. It's one of the two. But I've shared it so many times.
Let me say this.
Isaiah, and hold on, I want to finish.
I'm sorry.
Isaiah, a minister, he said, as for those two prostitutes who try to say that they had babies from the messenger on their own Nation of Islam's newspaper, which was called Muhammad Speaks, they were labeled as prostitutes. So how do you go from prostitute
to filing a paternity suit, and some of them being placed in isolation for adultery, but 28 years later they become wives. But you see, the conscious community so gullible, so easy to manipulate, they bought that lie. One of the greatest lie ever. They killed a man over somebody having babies by women who are not his wives. But keep going, brother.
I just wanted to say something. And like, I think as like, and I can only speak as for Black people, you know, because the rest of the world they're very attentive to certain things to some degree. But I'm not Arabic, have no Arabic blood in me, but I have family that have Arabic mixed in them. Their last name is Khan, Farah Khan. Why are you taking on names that have like, bro, like, yo, we gotta stop this made up shit, man. Come on, the dude, he's still juicing his hair. You know he got
Connie.
kinky hair just like me. Look at my dreads, man.
Nah, that
Come
now
on, bro.
Farrakhan mixed him mulatto. Farrakhan a mulatto. Farrakhan
Man,
and he like mixed. He got
yeah,
one.
but you
I
know
think
he,
his
but bro, he perming, bro. Stop playing.
I don't know.
Come
I
on,
don't
that
know if
don't
it's
look too
true
slick,
because
God.
one
You know,
one
come on, God.
one
You know he's
one
perming.
one time he said that maybe his father was Jewish, but I don't
yeah, I
know if
remember.
his father is really
Look, he's a Hebrew Israelite.
Caucasian. But the
He's a
thing is that
Hebrew Israelite. He's a Christian and a Muslim. Come on,
when
we
we look
all
at
we
when
all
we
went
look
through
at
that phase. Come on,
when
bro.
we look at some of the pictures of Farrakhan early on, when he was, he was under Malcolm X, and there's even somebody who said that it was Malcolm X who made Farrakhan a minister when he was known as a minister. Uh, what was his name again?
Louis
Before it was Farrakhan, yes, Louis X.
X.
Now,
Yeah,
when we look at the pictures, even though he had short hair, kind of looked like you could tell the kink. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
But
No, I just fuck with y'all. Yeah, no, but he
yeah,
did say he got a mix though. But I'll just say he a mulatto because he claimed it. He claimed that he mixed. He claimed he mulatto, man. He claimed that. I ain't got
uh,
to claim
Hey,
it for him. He
bro,
claimed
I'm Chinese all of a sudden.
now,
You know, this social justice age, man. You can change your race nowadays. That's what
now, Chris, I know you're eating a little some, but we have a sister, Shanji came. She's taking mental lecture classes with me. She's the one who shared the link of the British Museum that I played at the beginning. Um, Now she's asking you, can you give example of the magician stuff you're referring to, please? Because
Hell yeah.
the first time we had the class, she told me, I'm saying who she's, listening to. I said I'm gonna be diplomatic. I ain't gonna say nothing about them. The first class. Yeah, I
Now
don't want to
look,
sound
look,
like
look,
a
look,
hater.
look. Look. Go back to when that X-Men movie came out, the Apocalypse. I'm that bro. So look, I don't care. Again, I don't want to battle one person. I want like 2 teams at least. Like I need like a real army, like for real, because it's not fair. So anyway, the magician aspect of his Medu nature is that I think it's his Nuwapian
Influence.
psychological background because he was the treasurer of a child molester. But hey, we're not gonna get into that right now. Anyway, so hey, but he'll flip things like within the language. Like, all right, like I'll say this, right? None of them speak French. They can't read French. And Timo Cyrus had to dismantle everything about Negro Egyptian.
Mm.
We got a French woman named Tanya. Okay, like bro, like I can, dude, I can really call this girl out and tell y'all. So what Tanya did was, so they bought the book by Mboli. You
Who
know
is
that
not a
made up
linguist,
shit.
by the way.
Yup. Yeah. So oh, the guy that you thought I was, Joshua.
Hmm. Yes,
It was
yes,
Joshua that did that work. So
yes.
yeah, peace to Joshua. That's my brother, yo. So they got a girl named Tanya, and peace to my brother Melvin too, because he was a part of that project. And over time, they really went through and vetted out. And mind you too, like Joshua, like a lot of people in Team Osiris, like we are very like trained when it comes to research and information. Like I know we all look like we're like misfits, you know what I'm saying? But like we're really vetted out. And they really went through and did the meticulous work and worked it out and destroyed everything. So you guys got to stop believing certain people because these dudes be making up magic. Like they'll go through a dictionary, right? And they'll take a certain part of the dictionary, and they won't even use like the whole thing, like what Christian pastors do, right? It's almost like reading the Bible. Like go to like we're all black, right? We've all gone to church, right? And they'll use half a verse here, another verse from like fucking 50 pages on the next page, and then they'll use a verse like 150 page. Everything is way out of context.
And I would like to add on now.
These guys are magicians.
The Negro Egyptian was proposed by Dr. Theophilo Benga. Dr. Theophilo Benga is legit. Now you will hear some people say it was rejected.
I agree
No
with
surprise.
it. I agree with
Yes,
it.
yeah. No surprise that it's rejected because this is something that's that doesn't go along. I mean, just the color of the ancient Egyptians. This is
See, the thing
Amenhotep
for me
III
is,
here. You know,
and I messed with
they,
you,
they,
Shaka.
you know,
Because I've even tried to I bought a grammar book from Germany to learn the Beja language because they said it's very close to Egypt. So like Nefer means like sweet.
good, perfect. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so bro, like I really put in the work. And the thing is like we're still trying to figure this all out. But we need to stop playing like we need to get on par with the rest of the world. You know?
And
They're
and you know,
going in
you know,
outer space and they're going in outer space and we're debating religion. Like, come on, bro.
do you know Dr. Obadele Campbell?
Yep, yep, I've heard of him.
Yeah, and he's working on the Negro Egyptian, just like Netaneb, you know.
Oh, Netter Neb is my bro. That's my bro. That's my bro. That's my bro. Like,
You
yeah.
see,
So, like, yeah.
you see.
Yep.
But Jean-Claude Mboli is not a linguist. You know, I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to touch on linguistics, but you know, this guy like they like to. I mean, like the Asylum effect. He was happy with people believing that he had some credentials in the field, but he doesn't have a single degree in linguistics. Not at least when we
We just
spoke.
got to vet the information. There's nothing
Yo,
wrong
Yeah.
with.
Yeah,
person.
and just the biggest example of their magic metal nature is them claiming that Kem doesn't mean black, and that's just crazy. Like that's bananas. I mean,
Yo, do I need to? Yo. All
all
right, look.
Egyptologists in the world will tell you that Kem means black, but they're only saying that because
Do I
of their
need to show these
hypothesis.
people what it says in here?
Oh, I've
Yo,
shown it
listen.
before.
Bro,
I
they even
got
called it. Yo, they even called Egypt Negro land, man. Y'all need to stop playing.
Well,
They know what they was
Ujawu
writing.
Ujawu showed that, and that was quite funny. That was humoristic because he was
yo,
trying to.
listen.
But I've made it. Yeah, go ahead, brother
Did
Bola.
Chris?
Go
Yo,
ahead.
Chris, did you say what was you saying about the Beja language? Because I got knocked out and then like I
Oh,
heard.
yo, matter of fact, let me show you the book because I don't lie about something, bro. Like I'm not that dude that none of y'all can mess with. Like I really want that smoke. It's been 10 years. Hold up.
Nah, but I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. I know all I heard was
Okay.
Beja
I'm sorry, bro.
language at the
Let me
end.
vet it. Let me do it right. In my Sarah suit and Seti voice. Let me do it right. Listen to me, family. Let me do it right. Hold up. Hold on. I got the book because I know I pulled it out. Wait a second.
Well, listen, right? I'll ask the question. Since were you saying that there was a connection between the Beja language and the language that was spoken in Kemet?
Hell yeah, nigga, they were the Magi.
No, all right, no, I was just asking that because I'm
hype. I'm hype because you asked the right question because these people need to hear this stuff.
Because a friend of mine, the reason why I got I have some of the books on Egypt that I do have, right? Like the Nilo's book and things of that nature. I have some things that people might not pick up.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a book that I'm listening to.
But I asked that because a brother who was called Black Lotus a long time ago.
Ooh, right? That's my dude.
Right, he used to be doing a show, and he used to always, and me and him used to have a connection, and we used to talk on the line and everything on a regular. And he
had a lot of outside the box ideas that people weren't ready for.
He used to be teaching me about Metal Nature, and he used to always say, "Yo, listen, man, they speaking the language. The Beja people, they speak the language now." He said the people still here. He like the people
so
there.
Look, you said that, so let the audience. I'm gonna show them something real quick. You just said it. I don't even need to talk, goddammit. So look, you just said what don't need to be said. And this go to anybody y'all talking about it's not an ancient Egyptian and spoken language. these people still speak this language. You know what I mean? Y'all are crazy, bro. So look, and I bet y'all don't got this book. Um, it's all in reverse, Michelle.
What's that?
It's weird. So this book is called. It's by Klaus and Charlotte Wikiden. Um, I'll take a screenshot and show it to anybody that will inbox me from my email. But it's a learner's grammar of Bija. So what got me into and that comes with the CD that you can put in your computer or laptop where you actually can learn the actual language and hear how it sounds. Bars. What are y'all talking about, man? We the only ones having these dumb conversations. So again, this book by James P. Allen. I'm gonna give y'all the page, bro, because I'm not even lying. So hold on. This is what he says, like verbatim. And this is an expert. You guys are not the expert.
Yo, Black Lotus was one of the first people that I heard say Asar and them jokers was pseudo and didn't know what they was talking about. Yo, he used to say that shit. He used to come
like
out
I
of
said,
all the
like
time.
that's why
He
they
was
were
like, yo,
magicians, man.
Yeah, he was like,
They
yo,
had
man, they
everybody
not
fooled.
translating it right. They lying to y'all. He used to always, yo, I'm talking about this, like yeah, man, people have, yo, I'm gonna have to go to Blog Talk and see if some of those old radio shows were up because I'm telling you, the people need to hear a lot of that, a lot of that from back then, because it would advance you past where we at right
James
now.
P. Allen. James P. Allen's book, The Ancient Egyptian Language, a historical study by an expert. This is what he said. This is why y'all don't want to play with me, bro. Like y'all resurrected something that y'all don't want to mess with. Egyptian belongs to the Hamato-Semitic family of languages. Bro, we're just using terms, man. All words don't mean nothing. We know what we're talking about. Stop playing games. This whole debate about Afro-Asiatic or Negro-Egyptian. Come on, bro. We'll get to that at a point, but we know what we're talking about. Egyptian belongs to the Hamato-Semitic family of languages. It has affinities with Hamitic languages such as Bija, Berber, Oromo, which is Ethiopian. Yo, y'all gotta stop playing, bro. These people still speak these things, man. And the language changes over time because of you have different invasions, and those are called borrowed terms. Okay? But they still have local terms that are from the past, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Bars. And anybody that thinks I'm lying, call up and get that work.
Yeah, I like to hear it. I like to hear it.
You know, Brother Bone, that guy, Black Lotus, who told you that Osari Mofek was pseudo, what year was it roughly?
Man. No,
this 2016, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, this was like, it had to be like, yo, this was like, man, it had to be like 8 years ago.
There, man.
So it was so long because, you know, excuse me, my bad. I never thought to keep up on that stuff like that because it's so to try to narrow it down to a date is kind of hard because back when we was just we were speaking
asking roughly, but
it was at least 2000, at least 2016, at least 6-7 years ago, man. When they was back when they used to have the Blog Talk Radio back then, and that's why I said it was longer than that.
Yeah, but in 2010 and 2011, I called him out on his BS, and people might not know, but your so-called anthropological linguist, and for the record, he did say that he was an anthropological linguist. Let's listen to it first.
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifa Muyiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist.
You heard it. And he also claimed that he was a historian on another occasion. And he also said linguist.
As you said, I am Asar Imhotep. I am first and foremost, I'm a computer software programmer and linguist and historian of ancient Egyptian and Bantu studies. And
historian of ancient Egyptian and Bantu. I forgot the last word he said. So
This is
Oh,
this is Garfield's master teacher. Now, I just want to do a rundown, just a few seconds, some clips, because the
let me
people
say
need to
one
know
one thing
about that.
before you
Yes, feel
before
free,
you
brother.
turn
Feel
something on.
free.
Let me say something.
Yes. Yes.
See, these guys are magicians. See, Asar's a jack of all trades. These dudes wake up and all of a sudden they're experts at shit. Like, yo, we gotta stop playing these games, bro. Like, it really takes like, I'm a martial artist. I've been a dancer since I was like 12 years old. I'm into a lot of stuff, and I know like you cannot master any art or anything like without true time and dedication, bro. Like these they be waking up in their masters, but only masters to the conscious community because like we fall for the dumbest stuff.
Yeah.
But I digress.
And
I'm gonna let you go, Shaka.
no,
Since you said that, I'm gonna play the longer part of what I've just
oh,
shown because it's
oh,
not just anthropological linguist and historians. Just listen to that.
Alrighty. As mentioned before, I go by the name of Asar Imhotep. Some others may know me by Ifamu Yiwa Fagbimi in terms of my Yoruba name. I am a historian and anthropological linguist, uh, an artist, poet, photographer, you know, music producer, soon to be filmmaker, and a host of other things I like to dabble in seriously.
yeah, yo,
Yo, hold
listen,
on.
yo,
Yo,
bro, hold on,
wait.
Chris.
I gotta say something. Hold on, cause I was eating. Yo, so this nigga Steven Spielberg now, he making
Stop,
movies.
son, go, son,
Yo, bro, this
yo,
nigga about to
listen,
make
though,
the
hold
next
up,
Star Wars. Come on, bro.
yo,
Fuck
listen,
out of here.
yo,
I'm,
yo,
I'm gonna
yo,
be quiet, yo. Oh, yo,
brother
I'm gonna
Shaka,
die, yo, choking. What the fuck? Shaka, why you show me that shit?
yo, yo, Shaka, yo, Shaka, though, yo, listen, I'm realizing that, yeah, man, how old is that video right there?
No, that one I just played, I don't recall.
Oh,
But the clips that I'm gonna play is 2010 and 2011. So
you got some
yeah.
clips. Is it
Oh
from the
yes,
radio show?
yes, from Block Talk Radio.
Oh yeah. So you might have been hitting the saw the same time around Black Lotus because that's what I was about to say. I was going to
No,
say that.
you said 2015, 2014. Me,
No,
that was
no, no.
2011.
That's what Brother Chris was saying. He was like, was it around 2000? And I'm like, maybe it was. It had to be over 8 years ago. But when I see that video, I know that Black Lotus. When we used to
Oh,
speak about
that
them,
video
it was all the way back
that's
on
more
the
recent.
radio time.
That's more recent. Those two videos that I've played, that's more recent. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
recall
Well,
the
I know
date.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was. Yeah. Now the only time when Black Lotus, when we used to talk about that, was only when they used to be on the radio. Because after they got
Mm,
off the radio, we used to just to do the Google chat, and we
mm,
wasn't never. And we never like the video is like a little newer, so it was
yeah.
only. So it was. Yeah, it had to be like a decade ago, 11 years, some time ago.
Mm. But anyway,
Yeah.
let me just play those clips here. So this is Garfield's master teacher here.
Allah, and this is where I would disagree with Brother Shaka, is actually in the Egyptian text.
So we've heard, and Chris is connecting right now. I don't know if Chris heard it.
I
But
remember
he's
that. I remember that dumb. I remember that dumbness right there. That's what I said. We beat him up on that. That crazy. We was like, yo, what are you? We was like, what are you talking about? Allah is found in the Egyptian text, and he was using some dude, and we had a video of some Muslim inside a temple trying to show people on the walls that Allah was in the temple.
no,
I
he
was
didn't
like,
use that one. No, he didn't. He didn't use that one. That
no,
one I've
no, I'm not
refuted it.
saying he did. I said no. People
Yeah,
was using that back in the
yeah.
day.
People
People
using
were
that. Yeah,
using
yeah.
the Muslim
Allah is
dude
in
too.
Fidana Nubia Temple of Time. But I've refuted that back in like 2008,
Yeah.
2009. Yes. Now, Chris, did you hear that one? Listen to that one.
Allah, and this is where I would disagree with Brother Shaka, is actually in the Egyptian text.
Oh,
Did you hear
Woo,
that
they did
one?
their magic. My stuff messed up.
So he said Allah is in the Egyptian
Hold
text.
on,
Now
play
there's
that
some more.
again.
Listen. Yeah.
Allah, and this is where I would disagree with Brother Shaka, is actually in the Egyptian text.
Did you hear it?
It's not there.
Yeah, no, it's not
It's
there. I
not
know, but
there.
that's his claim. That's Garfield's master teacher. Now check this one out.
Nah,
Check
but no,
listen to this
See,
one.
y'all see
The
a
God.
lot of new people gotta understand something. This dude used to be a Hebrew Israelite. Like I say, yo, everybody like they flip through
Yes,
different doorways.
yes.
Trying to tell
He
y'all,
was a
bro,
Hebrew Israelite.
you gotta
Yeah,
watch these flip floppy
yeah.
motherfuckers,
Now,
man.
yeah, check this one out. 5 seconds.
The God Allah is an indigenous African god.
The God Allah is an indigenous African God. Now,
Madness.
So look,
check this out. Check this out. I have a
I
few.
was
Hold on.
listening to Walter Williams.
You know what
Walter,
I'm saying? Come
okay.
from.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm gonna do my research, but you know what I mean. But I believe Walter Williams was having a discussion with the brother the other day, and the guy like he really knew his stuff. I could tell, but I gotta do my own like research, to fact check it. But he was even saying like the original term. And Muhammad's a made up dude, but you got to make the story look real. But they were even saying like his original name was like Allah. Okay, Allah. Allah. Yo, bro, y'all need to really look into ancient. Like y'all got to stop playing games, bro. Allah is a Persian deity. That cuneiform
I don't
stuff,
know.
like, well, not necessarily. I won't say Persian, but to me, all that shit's the same to me.
Okay. If you talk about the cuneiform, that's L or il.
No, no, no,
Because
no.
Allah.
Let me rephrase it, because I'm hyped. Let
Yeah.
me rephrase it, because I don't want people to think I'm giving false information. Shit.
Allah is Al Ilah.
Who are the people that use the same script later? Different
Which script?
different region.
The cuneiform, yes, it is. So in the cuneiform writing, you can write several different languages were written in the cuneiform writing or
Yeah,
cuneiform
there's
script.
a certain people, and I don't want to like. I'm not putting nothing bad, so I'm gonna get you guys this because I know it's on me, but I'm having so much fun. Like I haven't done this in a long
Probably you're
time.
talking about maybe Ugaritic script or something, but it's the
Yeah.
same deity. Ultimately, El or Il is the same deity.
Yeah, that whole pantheon, that God Allah is a part of that pantheon within within one of those mythologies, and I'm gonna give the right term for it. So like it's not African. That is basically what I'm saying. And a lot of people's like, you don't say something that you can't show and prove. And Shaka, thank you so much for this, man. I'm just having fun, yo. But that part that I said, I'm gonna get the right thing because I know damn well I know what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna get that information, bro. Because the people need to hear this stuff, man. The people need to hear this stuff.
But anyway, you know what? I'm gonna let you brothers make your closing remarks, and we can always talk. Anything else you're thinking about, you wanna bring it to the people when I'm live streaming, then feel free. I'm gonna let you, Chris, make your closing remark, and then Born, you can make your closing remarks as well.
I appreciate you guys letting me voice my opinion. Again, I'm telling you guys the truth the best way that I believe the truth to be, but I know I don't know anything, and I'm learning so much, and I'll continue to learn and upgrade my, my mind, and everything. But I'm here for all of you guys, and just please use your best discernment when dealing with certain people, because a lot of us get manipulated by people, and that's why we're going through what we're doing. But again, like Shaka, thank you so much. Born, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, peace, man. Like, I appreciate this. That's all I gotta say.
Do us and E. And Brother Born, feel free to make your closing remarks.
Man, I just want to say peace and power. My hotel, BB48, and all the good greetings to the black people out there from Africa. And yo, listen, like the brother said, we just gotta clean up our own act. We gotta clean up our own act and make sure that we, move straight and move right. On the topic that you had today, I do really think that we have to have some accountability for the people that we listen to. You know what I mean? We got to hold ourselves accountable. Why, and if we are listening to them, are you there to go along with the madness, or are you there to put a stop to that which is harming the community? And that's what we have to really start doing to ourselves, just checking our own inventory and making sure that we're doing the things the right way. And with that being said, Don't let disingenuous people like Reggie trick y'all like he did in that damn debate with Jabari. I don't want that to be missed out. That was the most disingenuous debate that I've ever seen, for somebody to come in the day of the debate, change the topic, and then pretend like they do not know what the topic was, and to allow everyone to be deceived. I think that was horrible, especially when you're dealing with the metal netter, because it was set up to make Jabari look bad and make people who were trying to understand the significance of metal netter, the connection to it. It just made it all bad. It made it all bad doing it like that, man. And so I just say that needs to end. That needs to end. If we could do anything, is that those who have an understanding of Kemet, we can't tear each other down, like not in this manner no more. And if we see it, we got to call it out. Now, thank you, Shaka, for calling it out. Like the brother said, you're really pushing a lot of people back to who were around a long time to come back. I want to say that I was in the chat room though before, and I spoke on Dr. Ma'at, and I want to say that a lot of people don't understand a lot of things that went on way back, and also I was in here and Chief X said some things. I don't follow Young Pharaoh. I know of Young Pharaoh. I'm very supportive of Brother Seti, and I remember, so being very supportive of Brother Seti when he was dealing with Young Pharaoh, I listened to his subject matter, you know what I mean? But after that time, it was over with. And so I want people to understand that there's a long process of being around these things. There's a lot of avenues that went in and out, and we got to clear it up. Shaka, clear this shit up, man. Bring all the people who are going to clear it up, because they're going to come. They're going to come because they respect you. I'm telling you, you all the way in France. You know what I mean? You all the way in France, and you have the ear of the
Bro,
African.
you woke me up, man. Shaka, you that dude,
you
bro.
have the ear. And because you're different. See, the thing is, because you vocalize your stances in a way that we can hear it because it's English, but because how you culturally deal with things, you speak in a manner that has people over here afraid, because it's so point. It hit right to the heart. So it's word like Muslim real. I listen to the mannerism that you speak, and people who come from more, who come from European countries have a different mannerism that they speak in. You feel me? They're more direct, and they don't like to go around. And people in America, we're more, people like over here worry about feelings. We worry about feelings more. You know what I mean? And you don't care about
a bunch of emotional ass niggas, bro.
Yeah, and you don't care about people's feelings, man. So I know I'm rambling, but you don't care about people's feelings, and that's a good thing. And that's a good thing for you not to care about people's feelings, because that gets the information across the best. Even period, point blank. And even though I don't, and sometimes I might feel a kind of way if you say something about Dr. Walter Williams, and I'm like, because I got love for Dr. Walter Williams. But I don't debate the argument that you have with Walter Williams, because that's not for me. And I'm not gonna be emotionally tied to the information Dr. Walter Williams gave me, where I'm gonna not like Shaka because that. Now, if you went after Dr. Walter Williams' character as a man, didn't mean you might have a problem. But you after the scholarship. You already acknowledge that he's had some good works in other fields. And that's the thing about Dr. Ben, the way that they've done Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, where they disparage our teachers who only dealt with the information for the time that they had. And if you update the information, okay, but you don't call them pseudo when I have books in here where Europeans have used that same language to try to destroy Dr. Ben. I've seen it. And probably the next time we get up here, I'm going to find this book where I have Europeans who call Dr. Ben pseudo, because he's stating that the Africans were the ones who created Kemet. And now we're using the same thing. Now you hear people saying the same thing, and they're supposed to be part of the conscious community, the African community, and they're doing the same exact thing. That can't be. You don't do your elders like that. You treat your elders with reverence. That's an African principle, to treat them with reverence, especially those who strive to do a good thing for you. And that's all they did. I can't see where they try to harm us with the information. So why would we harm their legacy like that? And with that being said, man, peace and power. Thank y'all for listening, man, to the brother Shaka, man. Y'all come on back, and whenever you come back, man, I might get in. I'll be in the chat, and y'all donate, man. Donate, man. Give them that $3, man. Give them that $3. Give them that $3. It's worth it, man. The brother put in work for a long time. You know what I mean? Because you can go back and listen to his archives, especially the Afro Styly. Listen, this brother used to put the hip hop. He used to do the rappers' names in Metal Netter. Look, y'all don't
Yeah.
realize.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
used to do that. Yeah.
exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying. I just followed you for way back when you was just trying to show people how to speak the language, how to speak it. Raketti Ahmed has a book where there's just common language that you can utilize. She put a book out. You know what I'm saying? If you want to utilize, like, Brother Babylon Dunn was asking, can it be spoken? And I was like, yeah, I've utilized the language to speak to brother Joshua. I mean, brother Jonathan. One time when we was online, and I was like, yo, when I used to be wondering, can they really decipher it? So I wrote out sentences that was written in the Metal Netter, even though it was phonetically spelt like, in English. But I wrote it out to him to see could he speak back, and he could. So I said, well, shit, if anything, it worked right now.
Oh, well, let me say one more thing again.
Yes,
Shout
feel
out
free,
to the
brother.
Magi, Jonathan Owens, Smash Rockwell. You got me into this, bro. I'm crazy, bro. You got me into this, and I appreciate it.
All right. And I'm just gonna play just that short clip, and then I will just, read the comments and then call it a day.
I don't believe in old Egyptian gods. I don't believe in that stuff. I wasn't even taught that bullshit, right? I'm the one who bangs against the Comedics. I bang against them, and they can't get through me because the gods that they worship, right, were born from another group of thinking, right? So you can't come with me with no goddamn Heru or no other that bullshit. Show it to me in the primary, show it to me in writing, show it to me in the period. You're making the bullshit up.
Bro, let me destroy Reggie in like 1 hour. Swear to God. It's out there, Reggie. You want to get that work, bro? You can get it. Yo, the man's tripping, yo. And I'm not saying nothing else, yo. Thank you so much, Shaka. Reggie, you can get that work, bro. 1 hour, 30 minutes apiece.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate both. I appreciate both of you. All right. So I'm gonna read the comments, and then we can call it a day. There's a lot of comments. I might skip a few, but I appreciate the comments from the people who support me. So, where was I? I was. Where was I? Okay, hold on. Okay, so I was around here. There was a sister who asked the example about the magic. So it was somewhere around here. There it is. So Shanji wrote that she wrote that book. So many books were shown, but African Renaissance TV wrote, people gotta stop expecting so much from YouTube characters. Oh, it was R. Stallworth who said that he's been in the conscious community since 2022. Babylon Dunn is greeting everybody on the panel and the chat. T. Bennett says that English ain't English anymore either, and that's when we're talking about the old English, which is nothing like the current English, and it's the same for French. We have the old French. It doesn't sound like what we're saying today. Now, Shanji Kim, I really got to hear the beginning of the video. I didn't go to that part where they talk about the Rosetta Stone being copied, but maybe sometime when you get on the panel, or if you want, you can share the timestamp. But I'm not sure if I'm going to finish that video, because obviously the decipherment of the meta nature is not really something. I mean, I don't know it all, but I'm quite familiar. But maybe eventually I might. But there's a lot of the more time goes and the less I actually watch videos online. Um, but anyway, so I'm scrolling a few comments. V Bennett says that $10 is affordable for a class, but it's best for me to say it upfront because if you wouldn't believe, brothers and sisters, how many people contacted me about the med lecture classes, and then how does it work, blah blah blah, and then I say, okay, that's how it works, it's that much. Then I wouldn't hear from them anymore. But the first message, oh, I'm so interested, I've been wanting to learn it for so long. So I was like, okay, it's best for me to just say it, so there's no misunderstanding. Um, Now, Babylon Dunn wrote, wow, I support the show and the brother, all the while backstabbing. I mean, did I backstab you, brother? Really? Now, Chanji Kem wrote, even the biblical version of Pontius Pilate is incorrect. The Bible depicts him as a reasonable person, but he was an evil murderer whose acts shocked Rome. Bone wrote, I'm in fraud squad, dagger squad, gonna be mad, boy. I'm skipping a few comments. I'm skipping a few comments. Uh, I'm skipping a few comments. Kinetic energy in a place to be. Shanji Kim wrote, bro, Chris is serious. V. Bennett wrote, no matter what you're doing, if you're driven purely by the money or fame, you corrupt it. Man to Son wrote, um, Garfield's supposed to give a presentation on Sinetta TV tonight called 1,000 Reasons Why Jabari is Wrong. 2 weeks, dude is lame. Now, I'm surprised that Sinetta gives him that much platform, but he's free to do whatever he wants. But first, they were saying they was going to have a little ban or something, you know what I'm saying? Not only he didn't show up for the debate, but he actually put up a um, a picture, and he made the live stream that I did not listen to. I was told some of the things he said, but I've shown it. I've shown it. I might still have it actually. I might still have it. Let me see if I still. I think I still have it. Yes, I have it. So the speech bubbles are quite small, but in that speech, let me see if it's sharing. Yes, in that speech bubble, right there, Barry says, "Brother, I don't think." Then he goes straight to beat Garfield. Obviously, he forgot to write, "I can." So, brother, I don't think I can beat Garfield. He's just better than me. What can you do? And then Sanetta supposedly says, brother, I got it. We're going to blame him for our mistake on the event platform. So, after being a no show and not informing anybody at all, not communicating, then he puts up that live stream, trying to imply that the fault was on Sanetta and Jabari. And being too nice can bring you some surprises. So everybody do what they want to do. And I was told by some of my listeners when somebody asked Garfield why he didn't call Sanetta, and it's reported that Garfield replied that because he doesn't trust him. They're supposed to have been brothers for a long time, but it's on them. It's all good. It's on them. Okay, 2 weeks late. Do this lame. This is true. I have to say that Shanji Kama wrote, I have to say that we are also the only people to use a term used by their enemy as a term of endearment and familiarity. So remember that one here. Kinetic Energy said that Garfield told him about Mighty Hebrew's sex crimes. And when Kinetic Energy attempted to ring this up to the community on Killer Priest podcast 2 years ago, the people questioned his motive. And if you're wondering which sex crimes we are talking about,
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
Now, Kinetic Energy wrote facts. I have the threads screenshotted in files. Well, by all means, I accept anything about the conscious community. So feel free. You know my email address. It's in the description of this video and all the previous videos. And whoever wants to send me some documents, you can use WeTransfer. I'm just sharing the link right now. It's free of charge. You can send up to like 2 GB of files. Kinetic Energy wrote a few of Dr. Walter Williams' sources and names. He admitted last week live he had to stop teaching because he was unable to prove. The Pharaohist wrote, I love SETI. V. Bennett wrote, they were scared of SETI. And he added, they take out the strong once like NOI did Malcolm. African Renaissance TV wrote, SETI was tripping though. V. Bennett wrote, SETI isn't perfect, but to get these guys to unify, it's only out of a desire to shut down the strong one. Pharaohist wrote, Reggie is a hater. Kinetic Energy wrote, Dr. Ben, before he died, didn't he convert to NOI and donate his library of tens of thousands of books to Farrakhan? I don't think it was tens of thousands of books. that's that's like, but it was reported that he gave or wanted to give his book to the Nation of Islam. There was an article on the Nation of Islam's official uh, newspaper. I think it was on the Final Call. I'm sorry. Um, it is 2:43 a.m. right here, so you can imagine. By the time I finish it, it will probably be 3 a.m. Now, now I haven't received any single cash app, but it is what it is. Now, so I spoke to I forgot who about this, who said no, he didn't want to give anything. So I don't know if he gave his books, but apparently in the end he might have changed his mind, or this thing did not materialize. But him converting to NOI, no, I never heard that. So I don't know who said that, but that's really unlikely. Because no, that's the first time I actually hear that. So I would say that's an urban legend. Shanji Ken wrote Genesis FM brought the knowledge in the UK in the early 2000s. Oh, I don't know that radio station. The Pharisees wrote, I hated that Dr. Ben did that, saw that ceremony. I didn't see the ceremony, but I think I saw a picture. I think Dr. Ben spoke with some NOI people. V. Bennett said, they gaslight. They say black power and then rape. Kinetic Energy wrote, I studied 120 lessons for over a decade with the exception of actual and solar facts. I didn't know about solar facts. I know about actual facts, but not solar facts. They are impertinent and lack scientific hypothesis. For those who wonder, this is a Nation of Islam slash 5%ers or a Nation of Gods and Earth, quote unquote, lessons. The Nation of Gods and Earth or 5%ers, they usually refer to it as 120. It is kind of the same as the Nation of Islam's teachings or lessons, just a few words have changed. V. Bennett wrote that V. Bennett wrote SETI was messing up their hustle. And he added Jabari messing up their hustle. The Pharaohs wrote, Shaka, bring SETI back to your platform. He never been on my platform, you know. But hey, I wouldn't mind. But I don't even think he'll come. I think at this point he just remains on his platform. But I really wouldn't mind. So if some of you know him, then feel free to holler at him. Kinetic Energy wrote, y'all may hate me for sharing this thought, but Jabari loves me with the woman voice you heard in Puerto Rico. Well, hey, I ain't mad at you. But once again, there's a billion Christians, and I heard so many of them saying that they heard God speak to them, that they are speaking to God, communicating with God. So there's so many things that other people do and it's accepted or it gets a pass, but when a black person does it, it doesn't get a pass anymore. V. Bennett wrote, being a good person means you can't rob and rape. Because a lot of people amongst the conscious community, they act like, people who rape women or children, it's like, oh man, he was what he was. We all make mistakes. Kinetic energy wrote, that's why I'm here. My study and research coincides with the historical teachings of Shaka. There's not too many comments left. I'm reaching the end. Babylon Dawn wrote, check out Don Nicole, I'm sorry, Don Nicoleon show with Babylon Dawn on Blog Talk Radio. Now, Bone wrote, probably regarding Dr. Ben, he wore a kufi at a mosque. It was ceremonial, I thought. I finished going through all the comments. Can you imagine if it was not members only? Man. So that would be just too many for me to go through. I love the bill. I really love the participation in the chat. Just like I love the participation. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. It's gonna be 3 a.m. Like I told you, it's 2:50 a.m. I really love the participation in the panel, on the panel actually. So as usual, stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue. I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I too? Do I need to hotel?
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving medical nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medunetia classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medunetia class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'at4ever.